Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me? Are we streaming? I don't know what we're doing right now. Hi. Hello. Oh, are we busy? Thank you. Oh, thank you for turning on the stream. I said, Leroy. Thank you for the unicorns. Guys, what's up? How are you? Hello. Yes, if we're going to start the stream, we may as well do it correctly, okay?
Excellent.
My place here on the YouTube digital streamosphere. Only if my viewer count would work would I be happy. Why is the viewer count broken? Why did you put a fork in the outlet? I don't even see the live chat, my guy. Oh, well, you at least got the live chat. Do you mind if can we get the viewer count? Because a lot of people really care about our viewer count. They are obsessive. Okay, well, that one went away. That's a good step. And yes, we're there. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Now, some of you have been asking me consistently, why wear the mask, Uni? You constantly, while wearing the mask, take your mask off, move it around, and shuffle it. Why even put it on? Because it really disturbs some people. I know it doesn't really disturb you guys, but it disturbs some people who think there's some kind of strange conspiracy theory behind the mask. So have you, let me actually hook you guys up with the truth behind the mask. Have you ever heard the tale of, I have a story I could tell you that would really get you hooked into knowing what the mask is about. Have you ever heard the tale of Darth Fishius? Have you ever heard the tale of Darth Fishius the Boom? Leroy, you are a beast of an individual, my friend. You ever heard the tale of Darth Fishius the Boom? It's a Star Wars story. See, Emperor Palpatine wanted to recruit Vaping Vader into his... why is my shirt jacked sideways, bro? Emperor Palpatine wanted to recruit Vaping Vader, but Vaping Vader had joined the dark side of the fish. And eventually, Vaping Vader realized that Emperor Palpatine wasn't a 30-year-old cool person and was, in all reality, 197 years old and was trying to destroy and take over the galaxy. And Vaping Vader defeated Jabba the Slut and eventually exposed Darth Fishius the Boom for what he really... I'm having so many problems with this mask. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to... I don't think I can wear it tonight. And then eventually defeated Darth Fishius the Boom in what was forever known on YouTube as the Great Simp War of 2020. These events are real and provable. They have been recorded with OBS Studio and live streaming technology. Therefore, they cannot be argued or denied by historical revisionists. Hey, y'all. Now, some of you might have stopped by earlier. I think about 150 of you did at one point. We had 150 viewers while I walked around and talked to you guys. I just want to let you know how loving and supportive you are as a group. No, I'm not going to wear the mask. If I was going to wear the mask, I would have put it over my ears. I would have tucked it into my bandana instead of putting it over my earphones. It's just fun. It's just fun, I tell you. Little things like that causing conspiracy theories. If I could wear a mask on YouTube and it can cause 16 different conspiracy theories, you know I'm doing something right. So what are we doing tonight? Do you mind changing the song when I say what are you doing? What are we doing tonight? Is that even possible? Okay, okay. I'll be nice. We're all a little rusty around here. So what are we doing tonight? Oh, you did a good job, my guy. You did a good job, my guy. Well, do you want to see my new vaping pen? It's got a sticker on it. It's a Vans. You ever wore shoes? Vans shoes? They're like kind of really comfortable skate shoes. It's a Vans sticker. I know, nothing surprising. There's no fish on it. It's not silver. It's not gold. Nah. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. See, you know why I like you guys? Because you get me. So, the big controversy on the internet... Should UNIRock be allowed to report somebody for breaching TOS with his channel? And should he be allowed to report people for advertising and ordering those breached streams? Yes, because I'm just reporting it to YouTube. That's all I did. And yes, I did already. We might as well get the controversy out of the way. It's over. It's done. And... I am very kind about people reusing, restreaming my stuff, but not when they are actively, you know, trying to, you know, fuck with my shit. If you think I shouldn't have reported them for what I did, you're stupid. Just clearly, you're dumb. And honestly, there's no argument there. Though the entire internet seems to agree with me, other than a very small portion of people. But those people would disagree with me if I said a hamburger was a hamburger. They'd find something to complain about. Therefore, they don't count. No joke. So if you guys watch this new show called Unsolved Mysteries, have you seen this? Yes, it's an old show. Yes, it's an old show, but they redid the show, my dude. They redid it. I would love if you would go watch it and just let me do a stream. Is Streamlabs down? Probably not. It probably just needs me to disable it and then re-enable it. Because for some reason, it doesn't work unless I do that nowadays. Let me try to turn it on for you. That way you guys can gamble. I know some of you are addicted to Streamlabs gambling. No, I will not help you with your addiction. I like it. I like seeing you gamble the entire stream. I like it. Okay, give it about 3 minutes. Give it about 30 seconds, and then we'll see. Leroy says Uni is not allowed to do anything ever, according to his haters. Thank you, Leroy. Yes, and that's why nobody cares what they think. I tried to give him some advice once. They didn't take it. But hey, it's all good. By the way, we've got an update to the Dr. Disrespect situation, and I want to know your opinion on it. Because should Dr. Disrespect be allowed to stream with his friends? Because they're not letting him. They're literally not. They haven't even said why the man was banned. And on top of that, they're not going to allow him to stream with his buddies. Then I have to look at my title. Rey Rivera. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I am absolutely enthralled by the Rey Rivera. What in the hell? What'd I do? I trimmed my beard too short right here. Oh my goodness. Busy! You messed up my mustache! Actually, it looks really good. I like it. You get a promotion. Though, if you haven't seen the new Unsolved Mysteries, lucky for you, it's the first episode. It's one of the strangest, craziest things you'll ever see. You can very well understand why they picked it to be the first episode of the new Unsolved Mysteries. We're going to take a look at that. Also, did you know that Ellen DeGeneres, Ellen DeGeneres is really mean? I did. I could just tell. She looks evil. I don't mean she's a demon. Of course, Busy, who is a hardcore conspiracy theorist, is going to think she's like a demon or something from... Oh, a reptilian, is it? Where'd you... Oh, God. Then people would know, Busy. How would she hide it? How could... She can't tuck a tail in her pants. It'd be long. You know how tall Ellen is? Busy. Will you go watch Unsolved Mysteries, please, so I can actually do the introduction to the show? Do you mind? Thank you, sir. Anyway, Ellen DeGeneres does not have a tail. Busy is a conspiracy theorist, if you didn't know. Let the Cheez-Its flow. I'm out. I'm out of Cheez-Its, Michael. What am I going to do about this? I have enough money to buy a box of Cheez-Its. I just don't have a box of Cheez-Its. And instead of me going and getting a box of Cheez-Its, I'm doing this stream. You all better love me. I have an unnatural Cheez-It addiction, and I am not feeding it just so I can be here with you. So hopefully you guys care. She hides it by dancing. Oh, really? The cha-cha? Leroy, you're just encouraging him. You are just Why, my lord, would doing the cha-cha hide Ellen DeGeneres' reptilian tail? This is really bad streaming now. Great, our stream is off the rails. It's the little dance movements. You should see him right now. He's doing this. I don't want to show him what you're doing. He's doing this with his feet. That is not a cha-cha, sir. That is not a cha-cha. Oh my God. Anyway, then we're going to talk about some really neat little things in the sky that just got discovered or pictured or something. Oh, not that. We're not allowed to... Busy. We're not allowed to talk about that on YouTube. My Georgie will get mad at me. If he gets mad at me, he won't let me keep my gaming squad named. George Soros pays me to be a YouTuber gaming. He'll make me take out his name or something if he gets angry, so... No, I don't want to anger him. I don't. No. Then we're going to talk about an update to my video where I told you about Bob Lazar and Joe Rogan celebrating UFOs being accepted by our government. Don't worry, the government hasn't admitted that there are UFOs. Busy will tell you that the government has. They haven't, Busy, and I'm not letting you talk. I will pull the mic if you keep talking. Basically, it's complicated. Don't think, though, that the government's admitting that there are UFOs. Though if they did in 2020, I would say most likely it's the end of the world or something. I'll explain later. Though, I will give you the conspiracy theorist, Busy's, update to that situation. And then we've got a bunch of other stuff to talk about that I think is worth talking about. I don't know, maybe we should just start over her. Your song was off by 15 seconds. 15. We had everything timed out. The whole intro is written down to go along. Something about when you argued about the tail, the cha-cha, we stopped about 4 seconds before the end of that song. We are supposed to stop 2 seconds before the end of that song. Fix it next time, sir. Thank you. So, you're asking yourself right now, what are you doing, UNIRock? Why aren't you talking about other things, Uni? Because this is the RockAlot. And you're wondering why I'm doing any semblance of any type of topic here when this is supposed to be the open-ended live stream channel for UNIRock 2. I know. Shut up, damn it. You're shocked that I'm even going to try to tell you about anything here because I'm supposed to do that on UNIRock 2. But I didn't have enough time to prep this stream with the other things I've been working on. You may be asking, what are those things? And I'm not going to tell you because I told you earlier today if you tuned into the stream. But if you missed it, I'll catch you up. I'll give you the drama. I'll give you what's going on. I'll give you the other things that are happening. We're going to hit these stories, and I might even play a video game tonight. I wouldn't count on it. I've been going to bed early. Though some people have cooked up crazy conspiracy theories or some shit about UNIRock's not streaming every day because of Katie or something. I don't even want to entertain these stupid theories. Obviously, why would I stream at all if I was trying to hide? It doesn't make any... The people that we're dealing with are very stupid. Though, we are late coming online. What time? Oh my God, it's 10:37. You know that if I stream right now, it's going to be like 2 or 3 or 4 a.m. before I know it. And I'm going to be late going to bed. I'm going to be late getting up. I'm not going to get my work done in the morning. I'm going to have to do my morning work in the afternoon. So we need to try to get this pumping. Michael was the Cheez-It. Okay, Michael was the Cheez-It donation. Got it. All right, let's go. Tonight, 8/3 of 2020. I'm your host, UNIRock. This is UNIRock Live, hosted on the RockAlot from UNIRocktv, our main channel with 36,000 subscribers. It seems like people forget that sometimes, just because I don't post there anymore. I could post there anytime I wanted to. I could log into it right now and talk to you guys in the chat if I wanted to. You want me to do it? Do you want me to prove it? I do it all the time. I talk to people on that channel all the time. Here, I'll do it right now. Hold up. Hold on. I'll talk to you. Let's squash any conspiracy theory about me not having my channel or something. Shit, where do I gotta go to log in to talk to you guys now? Oh, I screwed myself. I'll come talk to you while we roll the intro. Broadcasting from the east coast of the glorious United States of America, this is UNIRock Live. Did Streamlabs kick in yet? You guys got Streamlabs? Hey, I don't even have a wrench on UNIRocktv. Give that guy a moderator wrench. Give that guy... Did Streamlabs kick in yet? Because I've got to have a conversation with Streamlabs. What are they out to? Are they out tonight? Is Streamlabs out? Hold up. Let me kick it off and back on again. They got a new YouTube thumbnail thing on Streamlabs? What the hell's this? Holy shit. You can download thumbnails off of Streamlabs now? Well, that's crazy. Okay. Okay. All right. You know, that was a great question. I'm really good at that. I'm really good at doing the music, you know, along with what I'm talking about. That was a great question. Somebody said, why don't you upload your edited videos to UNIRocktv and your live streams on UNIRock 2 instead of uploading your edited videos to UNIRock 2, your written live streams to UNIRock 2, and your funky live streams to the rockAlot? Why don't you just do that? And to you, I say, just maybe. I've actually been considering uploading back on UNIRocktv after all this time. Though I just don't know if I want to. I'm not after, you know, the fame and the money. I want to do what I want to do. And if I'd upload to UNIRocktv, when I left UNIRocktv, I was doing very highly produced videos. Like, you see what I do on UNIRock 2? That is nothing compared to what I used to do on UNIRocktv. And I don't know if I'm prepared to go back to doing nothing but sitting in this chair, pounding out the work. You know, I think it would burn me out. And on top of that, I'm not dumb when it comes to YouTube. I'm not too dumb when it comes to YouTube. So if I was to go back to my main channel, you know, I would need to give my audience what they wanted, what they were used to. And I just wouldn't be able to go back there and give them anything less than what they used to get. So maybe one day, maybe after some time uploading to UNIRock 2 and rockAlot, I'll head back there. But really, I'm really dumb. Did you guys notice right before I went live on UNIRock 2, I uploaded a video? And I didn't even schedule it for the next day. I didn't schedule it to release later. I am stupid. Provably, you can't go live right after you upload a video, or else you're going to kill the views on that video. And I could even prove it to you. The reason why you get a lot of views, if you get views, when you do a video is because it puts it in recommended, it puts it in the pop-ups. Like when you log in after I upload, you might see it, right? And when I go live, it replaces those recommendations with my live stream, provably. So for the 3 hours that me and Kyle were live, you would have been seeing that video, but instead you were seeing my live stream. So all those clicks take down the virality and the possibility of that video reaching people. I did it on purpose. I didn't want to schedule it for the next day. I wanted to release it. I didn't care. I just said, do it. I don't care. Because, honestly, I can get that link out to the people who want it. And, you know, everybody else can just watch the live stream. I'm not in it for all of this hoopla that you see out there. Yes, I know. No matter what I say, there will be a group of people, very small group, that's losing members by the minute, that are going to try to convince you of everything from here to the sun. Why? Because I gave my opinion on some topics and they didn't like it. Though, I don't know how they're an expert on anything. They don't know me as much as they try to tell you they know everything about me. Though, here on the rockAlot today, I learned my lesson from the other day, you know, going live right after I uploaded a video. And I went live today and didn't upload a video right before I went live. What do you mean, yes, I did? Oh, that's right. I did it again. Honestly, I made those videos because people asked me to. And as long as the people who wanted to see those videos get to see it, I don't mind. I just wanted to go live tonight, so I really shouldn't have done it, but I'm just a ding-dong. I honestly don't mind. I just could have pressed a button and released it in the morning, and it would have gotten views, but I guarantee you it was getting views until I went live. I am so stupid. YouTube will literally tell you in their creator studio, don't go live after you upload a video. It's okay, though. You see, I honestly don't care. Now, if you haven't heard about this story, you're missing out. And some of you might say, this looks pretty boring. It's just a dude sitting there with his wife laughing about something. Oh, silly viewer for thinking that. You have no clue what this is. This is insanity is what it is. This dude right here, Rey Rivera, is in the first episode of the new Unsolved Mysteries that's on Netflix. No, they're not paying me to say this. They're not. Okay, fine. They might have paid me to say this, but they didn't. So basically, here's the backstory. Rey Rivera and his wife were happy. They just got married, and he was a very successful kind of dude. She leaves to go on some business trip for just a day or two, and she calls Rey at home. He's at home. He's a filmmaker, so he's at home. She calls Rey and says, like, yo, where's Rey? And I guess, like, the roommate answered. They had a roommate, and they're like, Rey just ran out of the house a little bit ago. So she's like, okay, fine. She goes about her day and then tries to call at like 5 a.m. And the roommate's like, Rey never came back. So she gets in the car. She flies home and finds that Rey ran literally. She got a phone call. He was like, oh, hung up, ran out of the house, jumped in the car and took off. And a search, an enormous search happens. And they start trying to find Rey. Well, to save you a little time, but you've got to watch this, you have no idea. A few days later, they find Rey's vehicle near a hotel, and they start looking for him. One of the search teams goes up the hotel and looks off the roof. And next to the hotel is another building. Well, they notice a hole in the top of the other building. And they think to themselves, hey, maybe some rain fell. Maybe it was a storm. Maybe a meteor or a tiny UFO did it. I'm just kidding. So they go down and they open up the door of the parking garage that had a little hole, about a person-sized hole there. And they find Rey Rivera's dead body. Now, here's the deal, Leo, yo. His body didn't just fall from the top of the hotel. And it didn't just fall from the top of the parking garage. Nobody can really figure out what happened. So why is it strange? Because his shins were busted. What? It's a little delayed, but I'm at work. The government has admitted that there is UFOs, just not ET. Oh, no. I'm with you. Yes, Key, you're right. You are. They've admitted there is UFOs. You're right. Just not. I misspoke earlier. You're right, dude. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you. And I'll get to that. We're getting to that story, and it's a big update. So just hang in there. Now, back to this, just so I can get this done. So, Rey Rivera, they find him. His shins have been busted, and it shouldn't have happened from his fall. And the trajectory of him jumping off of the roof wouldn't have allowed him to get there. So, nobody can figure out, was he thrown off of the top of the roof? Did he run as fast as he could and leap so that maybe he would have fell, like, what, 60 feet? I think I even talked to you about this in one of my live streams, the tiniest bit, maybe like a week ago or something. Because when I watched this episode, dude, I was telling everybody I bumped into about this story. You need to go watch this on Netflix. Anyway, there's an update to the Rey Rivera story from Unsolved Mysteries. But there's also one thing about this story that I didn't tell you. There is another mysterious force involved in Rey Rivera's life before he died. He was investigating Freemasonry. And I'm not joking. He was an investigative kind of like documentary filmmaker dude, and he was looking into the Freemasons, and he even knew a guy who is a Freemason. As soon as they found his body, they approached his job, his business, where he was helping do some stuff, very mysteriously. They immediately gave everybody gag orders and did not allow anybody to talk to the police, even though the boss was one of Rey's best friends. So basically, yes, his wife thinks that his best friend did have something to do with it. Well, now that you're caught up on this story, there is finally a little bit of an update here. Unsolved Mysteries boss reveals troubling computer incident after Rey Rivera's death. This revelation is the last piece of information to come to light about the unsolved case. I can't promise you that this is going to be a good revelation, and I can't promise you that my UNIRock sign isn't crooked. But either way, here's what it says. Now, I mean this. If you watch this episode of Unsolved Mysteries, the brand new Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix, it will freak you the hell out. I promise you. So I know a lot of my viewers love freaky stories, strange stories. This is one of the strangest. The reboot of Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix has made amateur detectives of millions of viewers. And one of the cases particularly mystified those who have watched the show is the suspicion of what happened to Rey. The body of 32-year-old finance writer was found decomposing under a hole in the Baltimore Hotel abandoned second-story room. And while the death was ruled a jumping off of stuff, suspicious circumstances remain around his death. While appearing on the Netflix podcast You Can't Make This Up series, producer Terry Dunmore has revealed more information that makes the case even more suspicious. Mars says that while Rivera's computers were being investigated at the police station, an unknown person reportedly inquired about them, hoping to take them away. Why in the hell is this so crazy? Gabriel says, I think his wife got tired of the nonsense, lol. Maybe. This is crazy because behind his computer at his home, literally taped to the back of his computer was a note. This tiny little thing, and when you unfolded it, it was about that big, and it was a note. And the first line of the note, I did tell you this on my live stream a few days ago. That note, when you typed it into Google, actually was that first line of the note. It was a Freemason thingy. I don't know what to call it. Freemason writing. It was a known Freemason thing from a Freemason book. You get me? Okay, you got me. You good me. Now, she said when Allison's wife went to the police station to pick up Rey's computer, the detective mentioned somebody had called a couple of times and asked to pick up the computers and was very interested in the status of the computers. Allison was very troubled. The revelation is the latest piece of information in the unsolved case, with the viewers also focusing on as yet the indecipherable note hidden behind the computer and the penny he was holding when he was holding an MF and penny when he died. Wait a minute, dude. Hold up. Do you guys know what that means? Hold the front door. We covered a story a long time ago where it said that if you hold a penny when you think something bad is going to happen to you. Well, do you guys remember? Because I don't remember. What was it? Do you guys remember? Somebody type it in my chat, okay? If you recall that story and what it meant to have it hold a penny before you die. It wasn't a penny for his thoughts. No. It was like, if you think you're going to die or like get in, like spirits are going to come after you or some shit, right? You hold a penny. Damn it, my freaking viewer count. Why do I got the wrong? Oh, wait. rockAlot stream boss, check. Put that thing up there, Busy. Thank you. It's just better away from me. It makes me itch. It makes me itchy. Hey, there we go. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Anyway, in the same podcast, Maurer had urged the mystery caller who phoned Rey Rivera from work on the day of his disappearance to come forward with more info. She said one of the most baffling parts of the case is somebody made a phone call to Rey and they have never come forward. We'd love for somebody to come forward and tell us what that phone call was about. That's it. That's it. He was holding a penny in his hand. There was a note taped to the back of his computer. And once the police took his computer in, somebody kept trying to go pick it up. It's cray-cray. Gabriel says, if you thought a penny in the well, are you granted a wish, lol? The same. Yeah, you're right. If you throw a penny in the well, hey, I get you. But no, there was this story we covered a long time. Protection, yeah, Taryn, yes. It was like a coin for the ferryman. Yeah, kind of Snaggletooth, right? You get me? But it was like a story we covered like a couple years. Okay, it's been a couple years probably. You get me? Anyway, you know that I love to find you guys awesome, strange, weird stories to look at. I love that shit. It's my job. It's what I do for you. On top of the fact that I love to shout out good TV shows, mysteries, and other types of video games. I've got 5 video games I uploaded to the RockAlot that you can play on phone and Android and PC and Xbox. Go check that out if you get bored. Though, if you're not a gamer, watch the new Unsolved Mysteries if you haven't seen it. It literally will freak you out. It's crazy. This guy, what we're going to do, we're going to go to UNIRock 2 sometime, and we're going to pull up Rey Rivera's entire case. And I'm going to zoom in on Google Earth and show you the hotel. I'm going to show you the parking garage next to the hotel. And we're going to actually look at it. And I'm going to kind of show you how mysterious this really is. So if you want to get a jump on that stream, make sure you watch it. I love the spooky as entertainment. Me too. It's my favorite thing, dude. The spooky, the spiritual, the weird, the strange. Speaking of all of that, our next story is red. It's like a red one. There it is. Our next story is an update to a video I just did. The Pentagon admits the UFO program exists, but the Navy's alien sightings don't quite add up. What are they talking about here? Let's take a quick look. Now, if you guys watched my video that talked about Joe Rogan and Bob Lazar and the whole UFO controversy of late, you know then, you're ahead of the game then when it comes to this story. These sightings were released by the government. Now, the weird thing is, yes, they do show some strange shit, okay? This is what is called now. They call UFOs something different nowadays. They call them unidentified aerial phenomenon. UAPs. That's just the new name for UFOs when it comes to the government and to the different agencies that are looking into these stories. And yes, since 2017, there is an agency that's been assigned to try to figure out what these are from a pilot perspective. It has been what is causing a resurgence in people talking about UFOs or UAPs and taking them somewhat seriously. But as Kai and Jelly told us a few minutes ago in the live chat, we're not saying aliens are driving these spooky freaking crafts. You see, Bob Lazar did the whole thing about Element 115 and the whole thing about how these UFOs that they found back in the 80s, well, they found them earlier and Bob looked at them in the 80s. And no, I'm not saying I believe him or anything. I'd have to give you a giant explanation on that, whether I do or not. Though, they basically claimed by Bob run off of anti-gravitational propulsion. So, something weird about how they manipulate gravity with a strange radioactive isotope will allow them to kind of shoot through the space-time continuum without killing the people inside. Because you know that if you go from 0 to 100, you're going to fuck yourself up. If you do it in like a second, oh, it's going to hurt. You're going to get some whiplash. You're going to get some arm lash, some backlash. You're going to get some lash. You know what I'm saying? Shut up, Busy. I know there's no such thing as backlash or arm lash. It was a joke. I'm being silly. Anyway, let's get through this. I don't have a lot to tell you. I just want to show you that in these news stories, they are starting to seed out lots of talk about UAPs and UFOs. And this is rare. This is not normal. It used to be the tabloids would talk about this. Just back in 2016 and 2017 on YouTube, I used to cover this stuff, man. The tabloids would talk about this. YouTubers would talk about this, but the mainstream media would never cover this. And they've been covering this shit like cray-cray, y'all. Like cray-cray. Anyway, let me tell you what this is saying. Basically, discussing the same New York Times report that I used to make my last video on this subject on UNIRock 2. It's still up. It's still over there if you want to see it. Gabriel says, gimbal as a plane, as the camera refocuses and goes fast as a bird. No mystery. Want to believe Bob, though? I'm with you, Gabriel. I'm with you. Steve McRae, manager. These could just be like ships from the lost city of Atlantis. There's just as much to say that they are. Very true. You could say they're from anything. You're right. There is no real evidence out there. And in all reality, I'm going to go ahead and break it down for you. Thank you, by the way, both of you. I appreciate you very much for supporting the show. It's how we support the show. This could just as easily be, I mean, they are using thermal imagery. I don't trust these new sightings, okay? I have seen thousands of UFO sightings because back when I started on YouTube, I debunked UFO sightings and uploaded it to YouTube. It's how I started. No joke. That's what I did for probably an entire year of my YouTube career. And whoop, make sure I didn't miss anything. The real Element 115 has a half-life of 220 milliseconds. It's not powering anything. True. But Bob Lazar, if you saw the video I did, claims that there's an isotope of Element 115 that once discovered will be of use to people and powering things, I suppose. And that the government has already handled this isotope. Now, I'm not saying he's not lying. He could be. Gabriel says, Thunderfoot debunked this. I was about to tell you about that. I've debunked it also, and others have debunked it. And really, there's only one way to debunk this, in my opinion. There's an easy way to debunk this. I'm sure there's many ways, in my opinion, and that is with one word. Thermal imagery. When you have a thermal camera, you don't know if you're filming a heat pocket in the distance that just happened to kind of hold itself in the sky and swirl there for a minute. You have no clue what you're looking at when you're using thermal imagery. And yes, these are thermal. You know, you can take thermal cameras and point them up in the sky and see little triangles floating and flying all the time, and they're just airplanes that are really high up there. It's creepy, though. What you need to be asking yourself when you see the New York Times, the government, and the mainstream media reporting these kind of stories is simply, why are they doing this? Don't ask yourself what the hell that is that they're showing you. Ask yourself why they are showing you this. There's a reason that they're trying to get us desensitized to this and opening the conversation in our heads, when for years anyone that even discussed this topic was called a conspiracy theorist, even if you discussed it logically. Though, really quickly, let's just take a look at this article so we can blast through it and get to the other ones. Vindication at last. The New York Times recently reported a supposedly canceled Pentagon project to investigate strange aerial phenomenon is still showing a pause. The clandestine effort, originally known as Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. This is what I told you about in my video. I'm going to skip ahead. If you want to hear all about this, watch the video on UNIRock 2 that I did a few days ago. So where there's smoke, there's fire, right? If the feds are still forking over tax dollars to delve into odd goings-on in the sky, it must be because they've got convincing evidence of extraterrestrial visitors. No, it means they've got convincing evidence of something being in the sky. For all we know, China or another country could have just produced a really fast aircraft or something. Anyway, as with everything UFO related, it's worth taking a second or third look before laying out the red carpet for the alien house guests. And I still want to believe something about grays. Me too, Gabriel, because I've seen a crazy looking UFO. I've seen one. I told the story about it on Periscope, and it's creepy. It's creepy. Though, I'm not going to tell you it's aliens. And those grays that people see, it's probably, you know, there's all these stories going back to ancient times about these little gray dudes. Well, these little gray dudes, and that small. And they're very demonic looking. They're very creepy looking. So it could just be some manifestation of a fear we have built into us as human beings. Right? To see kind of like a skull-looking person standing in front of us. And like skin and bones, basically. Thin layer of skin over a skeleton staring at us. Maybe it's just something that, you know, people have ingrained in their mind because of death or something else. But anyway, this article goes through pretty much everything I covered. Though, what's funny is, now I just want to make sure you register that the mainstream media is reporting this shit like hotcakes because they're making some money on the clicks. when they sat and made us all seem like we were effing crazy just for logically talking about this years ago, now they're allowed to, and they're not crazy. Just as long as you know it. Just as long as you know that, I'm happy. So, rapid fire articles. This is a space butterfly astronomers captured from thousands of light years away. Now, I just want to show it to you really quick while we're just going to bust through these pictures so I can show you how pretty it looks and kind of tell you what it is real fast because we just took a picture of it. It's of a planetary nebula, NGC 2899, the most detailed look at what is called the space butterfly, captured by the European Space Observatory's Very Large Telescope. And yes, they call it the Very Large Telescope. No, that's not creative at all, is it, Busy? So let's hit this really quick. Thousands of light years away, there's a space butterfly with brilliant blues and purple and reds, and it looks really pretty. There it is. Take a good look, because honestly, this is the most detailed picture we have. It's really pretty. It's really cool. It's a really cool little spot in the sky. It's up there, and it, you know, thanks to the Hubble. And speaking of, and are they here to probe the silverfish? Well, he would be happy, because if they probed him, wouldn't that cure the fecal impaction? Wouldn't that cure his disability, the fecal impaction, if they did that? I mean, if you think about the physical process involved, right? It'd have to, right? Okay, I want to throw up now. Next story. Hubble Space Telescope snaps a beautiful image of NGC 4907. This is a new picture that astronomers using this Hubble Space Telescope captured a vivid image of the face-on blurred, barred spiral galaxy. Just take a quick look is all I'm asking, and we'll shoot on to another picture. I just want to show you these. These are new, and they're really cool. That is very pretty. And you know what? Think about this, guys. Just think about this. Somewhere out there beneath the pale moonlight, there's probably another civilization on their planet putting together a telescope right now and pointing it at the Milky Way saying, gee, I wonder if anyone's on that inside that Milky Way galaxy. And then somebody else is like, yo, yeah, there's this dude, Silverfish. He's just a monster. You don't want to go there. And then everybody went to bed. Somebody made a really good point when it comes to the Dr. Disrespect banning, and I just want to hit you really quick so we can get this, we can get to the end of this stream so I can just chill and talk to you guys. Now, those of you that remember, I did a video on this. Doc Disrespect got banned. He won't be streaming with Twitch buddies after his return, and of course he won't. But none of us have really thought about that yet. When you get banned from Twitch, you're not allowed to even go on somebody else's Twitch stream. Look up Wangina. It's so weird. Grays painted on a cave wall in Australia millennia ago? What, Gabriel? Hold on, dude. I'm looking this up now. I ain't even waiting. That is gonna creep me out, dude. Oh, hell no. I've seen these before. Oh, okay, hold up. We gotta look at this. Let's look at what this is real quick. Wangina are cloud and rain spirits from Australian Aboriginal mythology. Did I ever tell you about a book I read when I was like 13 years old about the Aborigines? In this book, it talks about somebody who lived with them for a while. They would bury themselves in sand instead of taking a shower. And when they unburied themselves up to the neck, and when they unburied themselves, all their body odor would be gone for days. And one time, one of the Aborigines fell and broke their leg. And the other Aborigines went and, like, you know, did this chant and this, like, ritual and waved their hands around it and fixed the broken leg. According to the book I read, I'm not saying it happened. Isn't that interesting as hell, though? Now, here's what these Wangina are. And they do look like grays. They look like what we would call grays, though. Though they do kind of look like skulls also. You got to remember, skulls have that facial structure, too. Now, They are depicted prominently in the rock art in Australia. Some of the artwork in the Kimberley region of Western Australia dates back to approximately 4,000 years ago. Stories of the Wangina and the artwork depicting them remain important to the Mwanjum community of indigenous people. Wangina were the inspiration for the 1966 children's fantasy television series Wangina, produced by ABC. This is creepy, dude. They do look creepy. Look, I'm not saying they're aliens, peeps. I'm just saying it's creepy. You got to hear me out. Broad stroke artwork, Wangina rock art dates to 3,800. We got any other pictures? No? Damn. That's a good call, Gabriel. That's a good call. That's some creepy shit. So anyway, if we scroll down here, the Twitch TOS will not allow other streamers to stream with Dr. Disrespect. I brought this article up because it's a good point. Though there's now a conversation around Dr. Disrespect being banned. Doc Disrespect doesn't even know the reason he was banned, just like none of us do. He's actually put this out that he has no clue why he got banned. Somebody said this a few days ago. They said, what kind of job would fire you and never let you know why you got fired? Could you imagine that? And that's a good point. Doc made millions of dollars a year streaming on Twitch. He had a Twitch contract that was worth millions, and he had a TV show he was working on, and they just come in and ban him. They just knock him down. It's really, really messed up. It goes to show, you know, everything Doc did on Twitch is recorded. The worst things that he ever did on Twitch was just talk about David Icke once or twice. So it kind of shows you it doesn't matter who you are. If you're a Dr. Disrespect type character, you know, if you don't have boobies, they might ban you at any time. And that's just the truth. That's Twitch for you. What else we got? Oh shit, I forgot about this one. This is interesting. Ellen DeGeneres. I think this is our last story here. Yep, we got SpaceX touching down. Nah. And then we had some really cool pictures of Mars. Let's just look at them really quick. Why does NASA keep going back to Mars? We already know that, you ding-dongs. Oh, and we got a Menace to Sobriety video to take a look at. Let's get through the Ellen DeGeneres real quick so I can show you the Menace's video, and then we can figure out what we're doing. Because after this, we're just chilling. Portia de Rossi breaks silence about Ellen DeGeneres' workplace scandal. The actor declared, "I stand by Ellen" on Instagram. The media is trying to defend Ellen DeGeneres because Ellen pushes the media's thingy. Yeah. Instead of coming out, could you imagine if Ellen was like a straight white dude? Ellen would have been canceled so bad. If you didn't know, here's the story really quick before we take a look at Menace to Sobriety's video. Then we're just chilling for a while. Ellen has a toxic workplace for her employees, and there were people that got treated really bad behind the scenes. I've been thinking about whether I'm going to do a video on it or not. I don't think I will. I'm just saying, if you get bored, take a look into that because it's crazy, and it kind of shows you why Ellen, being like the predominant person to call for you to do all these SJW type of things and stuff, she's actually really mean to people. Okay, so somebody sent me Menace's video and asked me to watch this part on stream. I'm only doing it because it was one of you guys. You asked very nicely and you didn't bring up any dumb drama, so let's take a listen. Here we go.
Steve's initial claim that he was a 50-50 partner. So that's why he used that language. We served his home, which happened to be the place of business or place of abode. You must have missed that part. Well, small businesses are attached to the owner. Remember, you didn't want the LLC? So the legal business name would be Kyle Curtis, and that business would remain attached to him. So wherever Kyle goes would be the business's address. And place of abode for service process, one's fixed place of residence for the time being, his or her usual place of abode. We served where he lived. Did you now? You sure about that, Steve? Because there's overwhelming evidence that
Okay, I get it. I get why you want me to look at this. The only thing I'm going to say is go back and watch my interview with Kyle. Kyle said it better than I ever could, okay? Honestly, I don't want to get caught up in any drama tonight. I just want to have a nice chill stream. Can I just have a nice chill stream, or do we have to get caught up in drama? You vote in the chat. You want me to get caught up in drama, or do you want me to have a chill stream? You tell me. While you make up your mind, I'm going to say this. We know he didn't get served at home. It's just stupid. I know. I've heard this argument over and over and over again. I'm sick of this story. Because Katie, if you didn't know, I said this on YouTube earlier when I did a test stream for my my mobile stream. I just did a test mobile stream earlier. And no, I didn't leave it up because it was just me walking around talking to you. But I did tell you in that stream that I took some things that were happening that were against the terms of service of YouTube and sent them to my partner, Connect at YouTube. I'm a YouTube partner. I've been a YouTube partner for a long time. I got a channel with 36,000 subs, another with 17,000, and this one, and then I got another one even with like 3,000 or 4,000 subs that I don't even use. I got 2 channels that I don't use. Both of those channels have over 3,000, and one has 36. So yes, I can contact YouTube. I can talk directly to YouTube. No, I can't call them on the phone, but I can get a hold of them and have them help me with things. And I'm just telling you, I'm very fair. I didn't even do it right away. Waited a nice big amount of time before doing it. I explained it earlier. I'm not going to go into it. Though, I vote chill. Me too, Ben. Thank you. Did Ellen know? If so, she can piss off. If not, she was negligent at the very least. Ellen was the one doing it. Ellen was treating her employees and her guests like total shit. Now, if you were a celebrity guest, Ellen was really nice. But if you weren't a celebrity, she just acted like anyone that didn't have money was trash. I've been asking myself whether or not to do a video on it. I just might, but only if I can find some comedy in it. Because I could go live and show all the dumb shit that Ellen did and said. Or not live, I'm sorry. I could upload a video and commentate through it. And it'd probably get decent views and everything if I uploaded it during the day and edited it out. But I only want to do it if I can find some comedy in it. If I can laugh and joke about it and think of some good jokes, I'll do the video. But most likely as it sits, I can't think of anything funny right now. All I can think of doing is taking the place of her words of her name, Ellen DeGeneres, and then trying to find funny ways to talk about it while I read what she did. I don't think that'd make a good video personally, so I don't know. I might though. Play Kingdom Hearts and chill. I like Kingdom Hearts, but I don't have it. I do have an emulator. I could download it and I could play it, but I'd have to get it ready first. Though I do have some other games and I've got some other things I want to do. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to end it. I'm going to respond to it like this. Menace is killing it. You guys, go over there, upvote Menace's videos, share Menace's videos, and get them out there. Menace actually pulls the law, puts it on the screen so people can read it, and then shows people what people are claiming compared to the law. So I just think it's good. It's a good take. I do. I think it's a good take. Anyway, now we've gotten through my hour that I put together for you, and it's 59 minutes and 51 seconds. We've got 5 seconds until I hit the hour mark. I still got it. I can still write a live show, and I still can make it fit into the time period I want it to fit into, can't I? Can't I, Busy? Of course I did. Not you. It was me. I did it. More like 90-10, if you get my drift. Though, I'm going to pull my live chat, talk to you guys, and figure out what I'm going to do. And we might even watch a Leafy video. I don't know yet. And don't worry. I have Leafy's permission to watch it, unlike some people out there. Let me grab my chat. All right. Now, let's see what you guys are saying. Let me get my my stuff set. Actually, I need to get set up for full screen, kinda. Let me talk to you guys before I get set up for full screen. Let me do that. So let me just barely get... Okay, perfect. We're set up for full screen, mostly. We got my volume sliders. Check. everything else. So here's look. Highlighting the hypocrisy would be humorous. You're right. No, that's a good idea. No, I think you're right, Kai. Maybe I should rethink the topic, honestly. Chill or kill, there's commies in Tarkov. Very true. It's only 11:20. I barreled through everything I had for you tonight. It's only 11:20. We might even be able to get some gaming in. I don't know. Leafy is killing it. I'm not kidding. I didn't used to watch Leafy because all he did was make fun of kids back in the day. And look, everybody loved Leafy's channel. I'm not putting Leafy down. I think Leafy's doing great content now. This video, the content nuke and the content fallout, and I haven't seen this one yet. 2 hours ago? Let me see what this is real fast. I think it's just him talking while he plays CSGO.
So I guess you guys kind of liked the video where I wasn't really talking around a topic, but...
Oh, okay. I know what you're doing here. All right. We don't need to watch that. I know what he's doing there. He's just kind of chilling. Okay. Anyway, let me make sure my chat's unlocked. Menace linked a video today about some old lies on Twitter, and they're pretty funny. I might have to look at that, too. I haven't seen it. I've been busy. You know what I've been doing. If you didn't see the Periscope earlier, I want to tell you my plans for what I'm doing for my channel. It's going to be... I'm going to be taking a break from Periscope for just like a week or something so that I have time to do that and do some other stuff because me and the kids and Rachel are going to be doing some stuff. But I still will be putting out videos and I'll still be live streaming. I just probably will be doing what I did tonight. If you notice, I kind of dusted off my can Uni still put a show together practice and I put it in, tested it out tonight. Today was all test streams. I did a test mobile stream, and then I did this test stream to see if I still had it in me, if I could still put a show together the old school UNIRock way. Because I want to go to UNIRock 2 every few days and do a live show like what I just did, where I pull some topics, any topic, whatever topic it is, go to UNIRock 2 and bust out our old live show. And instead of doing it 7 days a week like we used to, I'm probably just going to do it like anywhere from 2 to 4 times a week. And then the other days will either be I'll have uploads every day, and then we'll come over to the rockAlot and do some like chill streams here and there. So if you like that idea, keep an eye out. Also, ring the bell, because if you don't have the bell rung, you're not going to get the notification for some streams I'm going to do during the day. I know some of my audience can't make it to the night streams. They want me to start streaming during the day a little more. I hear you, and I'm going to start doing that. Also, I'm going to be working towards music. I'm going to put out an album. I think what I'm going to do is put out an album that will be like... how do I put it? Because it's not going to be like an actual like release or anything. It's just going to be me making music and putting out the music. And then when I get done with like 20 songs, I'm going to put like an actual album together and then start working on the next one. Now, there's a few problems. One, I got to buy a little thingy. It's not necessarily a keyboard. It's kind of a keyboard. It's only got like so many keys on it. And then it's got a bunch of these other buttons on the top of it, and it lets me control my computer and with a keyboard. Now, I can play music like I was doing when I started the stream with my actual keyboard, because I write inside of a program. I write my music in a program called FL Studio 10. FL Studio lets me take samples of any instrument in the world and use them on a piano roll so that I can have a piano or notes for every note out there that the instrument that I pull from will produce, so that I can just use this program to make songs out of any instrument I want. And I've made, let me play you an example. Here is a song that I made for a spooky video that I did on UNIRocktv. This song, every one of the instruments except for the drums is a grand piano. Here's an example of some of the stuff. Now, I always make songs that can go in my videos. Take a listen. Wrong one. This one. There it is. So you can see how this could fit a creepy video, right? Never mind, those aren't grand piano noises. Those are just regular instruments. This is the grand piano song. Every sound other than the drums is a grand piano. This is also for a spooky video I made on UNIRocktv, but you get the drift. These are good songs to put in the background of a video if it fits the atmosphere of it. Also, it's pretty okay music. I'm not saying it's good music in any means. It's okay, though. That's me playing the piano. That's me playing the drums. That's me playing the piano. Every sound in this is made by me. Did Boots wake you up, Boots Mama? Hi, Boots. Good to see you. Hi, Boots.
What we do here is go back.
Yeah, Boots, I've been having so many people ask me about the Chad Daybao, Lori, whatever her name is, case, Lori Vallow. I keep having everybody send it in. I think I'm going to put it into the next Restrained-like video. You know, my Restrained series. I don't know if it's going to be Restrained, but that probably won't be the title. But yeah, I'm going to definitely look into that case because I don't know how many people have asked me to look into it. All right, let's take a quick look at the content nuke that Leafy made for Pokimane.
Back.
Yes, I have full permission from Leafy to play this on my live stream. That's not a joke.
Back.
Nice! Really want to put my logo on that one? You ain't funny.
Thank you, Boots Mama. That's old music, but I played a little bit of a new song I'm working on in the beginning of the stream.
Oh, anyways, I'll be taking down some of your videos, but yeah, I just hope you stop. She mastered the opposite of titty streaming by pretending to not show her butt every time. Dude! And I'm gonna be honest, I think the only way people like this stop is if people like me and my community give them feedback that this is not an okay thing to do. Not attack them.
Wow, Ethan, great moves. Keep it up. Proud of you.
Keith, shut the fuck up. Will you leave Pokimane alone? She's my fucking queen and I will fucking end you. Keith, shut the fuck up. Will you leave Pokimane?
But I hit a little dislike and I say, this not cool. That's how YouTubers
Oh, God, I can't take it.
work. If they're not going to work off of morals, they're going to work off of dislikes and comments and whatever.
No,
Okay, so for those of you that don't know what happened, Pokimane struck a dude down. His name was It's a Gundam. And if you've watched any of my stuff, I've played a couple things, not a lot, maybe 5 of It's a Gundam's videos for segments during a live stream because he covered something, right? So anyway, I'm just letting you know what happened there. She struck him. She took him down. Then she had, like, people go downvote him and all that shit, I'm pretty sure. So just take a listen.
I really don't give a shit. If you're a big fan of her, please come at me. Come at me, seriously. Dislike the video and leave a mean comment.
They did. They reported, they mass reported his video until it turned on age restriction. but then YouTube fixed it.
Doesn't even do anything, dude. Even if Pokimane wants to remove the video, it doesn't change the fact that you're a fucking loser. Pokimane is one of the biggest streamers on Twitch. She plays video games on stream, tries very hard to be funny, reacts to videos, and a lot of people respect her because, in their words, you know, she doesn't really show tits.
Ooh, I gotta go to full screen here. I can do that while we play this.
Or
she's charming and interesting to watch in front of a camera. She's attractive, and to my knowledge, she's pretty good at the game she plays.
let's just get into it. 80% of Pokimane's streams is just her watching videos, adding actually nothing to what she's watching whatsoever. There's times where she's just straight up eating while watching YouTube while people donate to her, which, if people want to be that sad, fair enough. But it's a little bit funny when you take into account that even though she does this shit all day, at the same time behind the scenes, she actively tries to censor the internet. And by the internet, I mean anything negative about her. People have made
So does Alinity. That's really weird.
videos about her, and she's copyright strike.
All seriousness, are you planning on streaming yourself play music? Yeah, no joke. I've done it many times. I've written songs while streaming before. If you're talking about music, yeah, definitely.
The list goes on and on. If you make a video
The second law of thermodynamics disproves McCrae.
that is negative about her, she's gonna try to gun you. And I'm not the one saying that.
Stop it, you guys. Stop. If he gets brought up too much, it's like Beetlejuice. If you say his name too many times, he's gonna appear and start screaming and flipping out, and then he's gonna say everybody's lying about him, regardless of the video clips that you have.
That's her.
And I had spoken to my MCN and I was like, is this something that I can take down? Because like, I was getting a lot of annoying shit from it at the time. And I mean, understandably so, it's something that we put out on the internet, so I get that. But I was like, maybe if we like kill this whole drama to be over. Yeah.
Here's a sick clip of her taking down someone's video live while also fucking with them at the same time.
Trending clips and then like edit it and like give credits to the other YouTubers and streamers.
Wow, I'm so sorry that it takes you a lot of time to steal other people's content. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's so fucked, dude. Please try 3 Mario games made for mobile. I've tried 2 of them, Mario Run and Mario Kart, right? I think so. The problem I have with those games, you'll have to keep an eye out for a video I've been working on for a long time. There's this game called Mobile Strike. I don't know if you ever heard of it. And it's got all these armies, right? And everybody logs in and they get an army, and based on how much time they spend building the army up, they can go and attack other players, and it's all in this big world. So people would download it and be like, ooh, I want my phone to have an army in it, and I want to fight other people. The issue was you could pay money to make yourself build troops faster and to skip timers. Now, here's the way they got people. They would have a top peak part of the game. If you played for like 6 months, you could get the biggest army, have the best troops, and go fight people. And though, right around the amount of time it would take somebody to just spend a little bit of money and get up there, then they added updates to the game that added more stuff for you to do to get more troops and have a bigger army. So they just kept doing that, adding more updates. And so once people spent $1,000 to have a giant army, they would need to spend $500 to have a bigger army, and then $500 to have a bigger army. And really, the only thing that mattered was how much money you paid was based on how big your army would be. And it ripped off anybody that tried it. Now, this is back in the early days before people knew about paid microtransactions on Android and iOS games. Now, that's called Mobile Strike. The concept of Mobile Strike has been carried through since then. And Mario and Mario Kart, both of them use pay-to-win tactics. You can get better carts if you spend money on Mario Kart by opening packs and shit like that. And your car can handle better and go faster than other people if you spent the money. So the game has no value if you can pay money to win. Because all it is, it's not a measure of how good you are. It's not a measure of whatever it may be. Whatever you're trying to do, there's no measurement there. It's only a measurement of how much money you're willing to spend compared to somebody else. And even then, what happens when you fight the other. Let's say you're the two biggest players in any of these games and you go to fight off against each other. You're just going to pay more money and fight them again. And they're going to pay more money and defend and then fight you. And it's just, what does that prove more than just, here, take my money? It doesn't do anything. So I think those types of games should be illegal because they target children. And they make it to where the kids don't realize if they pay $50 to get the army or to get the thing or to roll the dice, the game is made to pay more money. So you could literally pay $60 and have an entire top tier game to play, like Tarkov or some other game, or you could go and pay thousands upon thousands of dollars to play a free mobile game. No game should ever cost more than the top tier, you get me, of the... You see what I'm saying there? Yeah, it should never cost more than that. Anyway, all I wanted to do was just play this for a second. We got, while I set something up, I actually think now I'm going to play a video game myself. I'm a little bored, so let me find a video game to play. While I listen to the Joe Rogan Experience. If you haven't seen this, let me pull it up. There's this dude on Joe Rogan who is, he's like one of the best Joe Rogans I've ever seen. His name is David Choe. Have you guys ever seen anything that is Streamlabs down? I think so, because I've tried to get Streamlabs working like 5 times. I'll try it one more time for you because I'd really like Streamlabs to be on. Here we go. Let me try it one more time. All right, I kicked it off and back on one last time. We'll see what's up here. I kind of want to play Tarkov, but then again, I kind of don't. We'll see. This is David Choe. So David Choe is just on the Joe Rogan Experience. He's actually this dude who freaking went into the Congo and tried to find a dinosaur. I know it sounds crazy, but it's really freaking awesome. Yeah, I know. Streamlabs hasn't worked all night, has it? Yeah, it hasn't worked at all tonight. It's just down. It'll be up tomorrow. Yeah, it does that. Unfortunately.
And you know, it's Asians don't speak up. We don't ask for help. We fucking store it inside and then we explode.
So a little kid got stabbed.
Look it up.
No, I believe it. I believe it. Just because he was Asian?
Just because he was Asian.
It's because of the Chinese flu comment by Trump.
They did a thing where they measure it. Every time he calls it Chinese virus, the violence towards Asians goes up in this country.
Really?
Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
Oh, he did say it.
How is that his fault, though? I'm sorry, but, I mean, it is a virus from that area. It says that in the history books. It says that if you look it up. I'm not trying to be a dick, but, you know.
Oh, yeah. Jesus. That's crazy, because remember that lady in the White House was saying, I heard someone in your administration called it the Kung flu.
Right.
And he was like, remember, he was like, what? So he was pretending he didn't know what, but he had already said it. Unless that was after that.
I think this was after that event.
This was after that? So he's like, that's a good name, the Kung Flu, I'm going to use it.
Yeah, he said, and this thing where he was saying is like, people call it lots of names. There's lots of names, right? Coronavirus, right? Kung Flu, yes. Kung Flu, yeah. He said it a bunch of times.
Well, there's been a lot of viruses named after other places, like the Spanish flu, which killed a fucking shitload of
people. But if someone shows you the stats and they're like, look,
yeah,
you choosing the words you want right now is causing violence towards Asian people in this country, and he's like, yeah, fuck him, you know?
I don't think he's that insightful, right? I don't think he's thinking about it.
Fuck
like
Trump. Anyone else that's saying that, right? It's like...
No, but I'm saying like that maybe someone needs to say it that way. Because you saying it that way, and I didn't know that there was a stat that showed that violence against Asian people went up every time he said it. Then it makes that, first of all, it has a name, right?
Yes.
Coronavirus, COVID-19, it has a name. To call it anything other than that name, it should either be funny or descriptive. Now, if he calls it the Wuhan virus, that's really technically where it's from.
Right.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But the problem is actual racism and actual violence. That's the real problem. Now, the other thing is when you're a leader, that's when things get slippery, because then you can't just be a regular person. Because if you're a leader, you literally can help other people.
What was that?
Maybe he doesn't even realize it, but you really can change the way people think and behave. When
I have
really
no clue what happened there.
Like him,
All right.
and the most powerful in the country,
Well,
arguably.
it was that
when he
battery I
says
was
something
carrying.
that
That's right. They can blow it
prescribes
up.
unity,
Yeah. Okay, I got to be
that-
careful.
That promotes the idea of companionship and of friendship and of love and of support and camaraderie. Literally can change the way people feel. And also, if he says something hateful, it'll change the way people feel. Like, we move, whether we like it or not. There's so many of us. There's 300 million in this country plus. And we move to inspirational words or angry words.
That's you, man. That's you. You are an inspiration. Like, when you say things like that, people listen. You see how people are. If you want it, we were joking right now, but if you did start a cult, there'd be fucking millions of people signing up tomorrow, and they would listen to you. And if you said, this is a fucking fuck these Chinese people, then they'd say, we're with Joe, you know? So,
I don't know. I think most of them would leave me if I said that. I think they would be smart enough. Kanye pulled over and Tupac.
Come on, Tupac, stay with us, bro.
This Kanye one does not want to stand up. It's so ironic.
So this is what I need help with.
Okay.
How fast did I answer the phone when you called me the other day? Like,
It was like a normal
it's
phone
like the
answer.
first.
Weren't we texting first?
Texting first, but then when you called me, I'm so thirsty that people assume, right? In our workaholic culture, people assume that you must be really busy. I mean, you actually are busy. I'm not busy. I don't have anything going on. Like, when someone calls me, I make it a game now. Like, here's another thing I don't want to admit to you. Like, I pulled up right here. I was sitting outside for an hour. I was sitting I was talking to this homeless guy outside for an hour before I pulled in here. And so when someone calls me now, it's cool to let it ring 3 times. I'm like, boom.
I do the same thing. I just answer.
So I don't got anything going on.
Listen,
I know in our culture it's really cool to be like, hey bro, what's project you working on? What are you doing? I'm like, nothing. I'm working on myself. That's what I'm working on.
That's really cool.
That's it, baby.
So
That's right, baby.
I take my dog. I got a rescue from Costa Rica. I love my dog, and
Working
I go on
on
walks with
myself.
my dog
Boom,
now that are
baby.
so long that my dog looks at me and is like, dude, when the fuck are we gonna go back
maybe.
home?
I might
And
play
I'm
grounded.
walking,
I don't know.
and
Possibly.
I'm taking in my neighborhood. I'm smelling the petunias. I literally
I'm
stopped
addicted
smell
to
the
this
roses.
game. I
go,
can't
this
help
is my
it.
life now. I stopped to smell the roses. I walk to this underpass where there's like the entire homeless community. I give them snacks, clean underwear, water. I just talk to them, and they see me coming. They're like, "Oh, there's that fucking guy that's gonna talk to us for like 6 hours again." And I'm really busy today, Dave. Sam, don't we got like a 1 o'clock brunch? And this is my life now. Not much going on, and I'm.
You got to tell me all this just because you answered the phone quick? Like,
No,
that's so crazy.
I'm trying to set you. Well, I'm trying to set up how soft I am.
That's not soft.
I'm not hard. I'm not on it.
Okay.
I'm not
listen,
on it.
Let me pause you for a second.
Okay.
Let me help you out here. First of all, if you just sat there and you weren't busy and just stared at your phone and let it ring 3 times, you'd be a fucking idiot.
But people do that.
Those
People
people
do
are
that.
idiots. You should record them. Everyone should have like a secret video of your friends staring at the phone, deciding whether or not to talk to you or whether or not to let it ring 3 times.
You see the phone ring and you pick it up right away.
Yeah, if I can.
You don't
If I
do
can't
you
talk
don't
to
do
someone.
cool guy like.
No.
Let me.
I'm not cool guy. If someone calls me, I'm like, what's up?
Jamie,
I miss
first
you.
ring?
I
First
tell
ring?
my friends I miss them. I tell them I love them. I'm not cool guy. I answer the phone.
I'm not. I'm thirsty,
Me either.
desperate as
Answer
fuck
that
guy.
motherfucker. You don't even think it rang.
My game
about
that I play is that I try
Yeah.
to pick it up
That's
before it
funny,
even rings
dude.
once. It's like
Perfect.
you're like oh shit, this fucker's telepathic.
Yeah.
That's true,
Also, if
Jimmy,
someone butt
that's
dials
true,
me, I
bro.
call them right back.
But
So
busy's
my point
just busy's hardcore
I don't
that.
got much going on. I'm working on myself. I'm trying to stop and be present and enjoy things, and I'm having a great day.
Beautiful.
This happened last week, by the way. Walking back home, like I've been gone for like 2.5 hour walk. I'm walking back home. Once again, I'm at a red light. Car pulls up. Window comes down, and I'm just sitting there, and I get that feeling that something's about to happen, and the light turns, on the other crossing light turns, it's about to turn red, and he goes, hey, and I look over and he goes, go back to where you come from. What do I got? 7 seconds before, you know, like I got a few seconds. And I go, once again, this is the second incident since the pandemic started. And I go, I got this. I know this one. People used to say that to me. Fuck. And like, there's like, if you Asian people that are born in America, go back to where you come from. Bellflower, Whittier, Garden Grove, and I froze again. I go, I have this comeback, clap back, whatever. I have that, and I go, Joe will know what to say. He's a comedian. He's on stage with hecklers.
The best thing you'd say to someone like that is stare at him.
But he's gone already.
Who gives a fuck? Let him go.
Like Mad Dog stare,
no,
or just
like when it's empty, blank. You're a mirror. Doesn't mean anything. Go back to where you come from. The guy's a moron. Again, like why? Why would he yell out at you? You're not. In
I'm
an
working on the busy plussy. I know it seems like I'm not, but I'm working on
at
it.
you. Again,
I'm not good with business stuff, but I'm working on it.
Sucks.
Go back to where you come from.
That's a crazy thing to say to people.
And then it's like, what?
Up,
my mom's pussy? Your mom's pussy? Like, do I go offensive or do I go self-deprecating?
It's all bullshit. Everybody
mom's pussy works
from somewhere else. This
that
is the
works,
place.
dude.
Unless you're fucking Cherokee, unless you're a Native American.
So the best comeback for that is just stare down.
Just nothing. Just give him nothing.
We
didn't argue with the guy. Then he gets out and beats your ass.
He threw my whole fucking day off. I went home. I laid down on my bed and I was like, God damn.
That's what he wanted to do, you know.
Yeah.
And I go, when was the last time I got that? High school. High school, some Persian kid said, go back to where you come from.
So it's twice since the pandemic and all from high school on.
Always at red lights. Maybe I should just maybe I should just run the red.
Take a lot of right turns.
Maybe I should just roll the windows up and just look straight. And
Bro, there's gonna be shitheads. Look, life is an unfair game. It's unfair. It's unfair with your mind.
This is why this podcast is so good. Just listen to it, y'all. Listen to this podcast.
Elon Musk's. I've talked to him. Everybody has different attributes. Everybody has different environment. Everyone has different family life, genetics, influences, abuse, assaults, different things that have happened to you that have been horrible that you've had to get through. You know, the loss of loved ones, all these different things. They vary so much from person to person. We have a rough idea of what it means if your mom dies when you're 5. We have a rough idea. Right. We have a rough idea of what it means if you got beat up when you were 13 in front of your girlfriend. We have a rough idea. Right. But we don't know it until we experience it. And everybody experiences a different fucking hand of cards.
Here we go.
And then here you find yourself, you know, whatever age you are in life, just still battling demons from your childhood and all fucked up from things that have been happening to you, and you've never had a good path. Your fucking brain doesn't work that good. You've never had a thing that you do that makes you feel special, right? When you paint and you get rewarded for that painting and people love it, there's a charge, there's a thing. Some people don't have a thing. They ain't got shit. And that kind of person sees you on the side of them at a red light and says, go back to where you come from. And that gets into your head and it fucks you up.
Or whatever.
That's what they want to do. They want you to feel what they feel. When someone says something hateful, one of the reasons why it works is because, like, you feel their hate. It's like it comes off of them. Like, you get it on your system. And that's one of the ways, like, men intimidate other men. When men are angry and scream at men and get in their face, when they're doing.
Newton knew every boomer travels at a straight line unless another boomer acts upon it. It took a uni to realize the boomer curves facts to the center.
They're not just puffing their chest out. They're not
so
just
true, Gabriel.
So
violent. True.
They're getting their hate in you. You have to.
That's what unis do to quantum like boom dynamics.
Like if someone's mad at you, you feel, and it's all about how much tolerance you have to that drug of other people's aggression and anger and resentment and jealousy and all the various toxic emotions that people have.
You see why I played this podcast? Listen to them. Listen to this, please.
When someone's at you, like I'm sure you've dated crazy women, right? And I don't even have to ask. So there's a moment in time when a crazy girl's yelling at you and they're mad at you and like, Jesus Christ, you're making me crazy. It's getting into me. Like you're crazy is on me. It's
Craziness
like, I gotta get out of here.
perpetrates
it's fucking contagious.
you.
And like a virus,
Contagious.
it can change the way you feel. And if you're in a fucking hive, just like if you're in like just a hot spot of nasty thinking and behavior, you grow up in that. Maybe you have an abusive family. Maybe your dad beats your mom and your mom beats you and you beat your brother and your brother beats your sister. And it's just fucking madness. And then you have neighbors that suck too, and everybody sucks. Man, that's as much of a virus as the flu.
Yes, it is.
It's a mind virus that gets out into the other people that are around you. And you could be real lucky, and you could live in an area of mind nature.
You see what I'm saying here, peeps? What else reminds you of a mind virus?
A peaceful valley with a beautiful mountain and a creek that goes through it. And that's the community that you're in. You got lucky. You grew up in a wonderful community with fantastic parents and great neighbors, and your aunt, your uncle come over, and everybody has good times. And oh, sure, there's a little bit of hardship here and there, but for the most part, people love each other. It's not fair.
Right.
It's not fair. When that guy yells out at you like that, man, it's hard to internalize all this in the moment because you are feeling his hate.
Well, I'll tell you what happens. I become jealous of comedians because when I'm at a comedy show and I see hecklers and I'm like, that guy was so quick with that comeback.
Yeah, but
and
let me tell you something. I won't do that in real life.
Oh.
I don't do that in real life.
Really?
It's no.
Some guy cuts you off. You don't have a fast one ready?
No.
But you know what? So I reflect on it when I go home and I go, what did I say the last time this happened? And then I start laughing because it was high school. A guy said, hey, why don't you go back to, we got in an argument. He goes, hey, why don't you just go back to where you come from? I go home. I'm like, oh, fuck.
But it's a learned thing.
Years went by. Years went by. The guy was a senior in high school. And I said, I got it. Complete. Revenge is the best dish served colder, all that. Not for comedy. I see him in class, and I get my balls up, and I go, I got it. Completely out of context. 4 years later, right? Your mom's pussy. The guy's like, what the fuck? That's where I come from.
Your mom.
And I just walked away. And
Do you know how many your mama replies I put into YouTube chats? I did it today in Bull's video. So listen to this crazy shit, y'all. I'm sitting there chilling and I get a notification on my phone, and it's because I never unsubscribed from Bullinator. And he went live and he's sitting there going, well, Kyle Curtis did a video. And I'm honest. Everybody else is a liar, but I'm honest. And Kyle was on a certain other YouTuber's show, and I don't want to give that YouTuber any publicity. So I left him a message, and I was like, "Your mom," and then I put, "Give that YouTuber any publicity." How in the hell can you give another YouTuber publicity? And it's because he's a narcissist. This dude thinks that somehow he's going to give someone else publicity on his show. This dude that doesn't do a show. This dude that doesn't upload. This dude that just uploaded a video to whine and cry about what Kyle said on my show. It's just so fucking funny, dude. And then I realized, oh, somebody told him to come do this. Somebody told him to do this video. Yeah.
That landed so flat. Like that.
Not really, though. Because think about it. Right now, we're laughing. Like, it's a slow burn.
A joke delivered 4 years later?
Even worse. A joke delivered 4 years later and talked about 15 years later. See, now
so
it's effective.
True, man. So
it's just a real slow bomb. It worked.
Whenever I see stuff like that, I go, because I grew up with it. If you know when you're in high school and people go, hey,
dude, where is the exit
invisibility
in this
or
level,
flight?
dude?
Right.
I'm already invisible. Like being an Asian and growing up in the communities that I grew up with, I was invisible. Like I don't even have a voice. Like you might find this hard to believe, but I never talked growing up. I was the kid in the corner, and like girls would form groups and talk about which guy they want to fuck, and I wouldn't even be. They're like, Dave's sitting right there, and they're like, yeah, he's not even on the fucking roster. And I'm like, so I go, wait, is this racist? Yeah, but what has it? How can I turn this around? what it did for me, the Asian superpower is, if you're not seen and you're not heard and we're seen as non-threatening, I can go anywhere. I can go anywhere and people open up to me. I've been to the Congo. I've been to third world countries. I've been to every fucking state in America. I might be the most American person. Like, I've been to every fucking state. I've hitchhiked from the time I was 15 to every fucking state, every country, and I've talked, and because...
Where is the exit?
Would a black guy be able to do that? Would a white guy be able to do that? When people see...
I could do it.
Oh, that guy's Chinese. He's like Jackie Chan, or he's... whatever they think, they don't think that I'm going to do anything or say anything, or I'm going to...
David Choe, dude. I don't even know how many people would think like that. Honestly, dude. Honestly.
And I'm in Israel, which is close to Africa, but because it's this Russian airline, I get on this flight. It goes to Moscow, and then Malta, and then like 6 other African countries, and then it lands in Brazzaville.
How long?
Like 3 days, almost and like a shaky airplane, you know, and you know, everyone in there is the ones that got to get out. Right, so when they're coming back, they're bringing chickens and goats and all kinds of shit on the plane, and it smells like shit. And I don't know. This is pre-internet, right? I don't have any information on the Congo except for I heard that there's a dinosaur there.
What year?
94, 95. I lost track of time, but it was right after high school, so 18,
so
19.
No, you don't have a cell phone either. Then.
No cell phone, nothing. And the second I get off the plane, it smells horrible. Because they're just burning trash everywhere, and it's hot.
Where's the exit?
Oppressive. And I go, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, why am I here? And everyone there asks me, what are you doing here? They don't speak English. They speak French. I didn't know that. They're in the middle of a civil war. I think the 2 factions were called the Ninjas and the Cobras. Like little kids shooting at night. Every 3rd bullet is like a tracer bullet, so it looks like fireworks. I go, what is that? And they're like, oh, they're just shooting into the air. First breakout of Ebola, malaria, and people go, why did you do that? It's not normal behavior. And I go, the LA riots happened in 1992. I watched normal civilization, normal civilized manners. You know, this is how people are. You go to a store. I saw that crumble overnight. In one night, it went from fuck
give
you,
me liberty or give
everything,
me
let's burn down, let's rob, pillage, steal, everything. I go, oh, it could happen that fast.
Oh, bro.
And once again, that same kind of, I think I'm accepted in this country. I think people like me for me.
Yes, we love
and it's
you
like,
for
no,
you.
we don't want you. Get the fuck, go back to where you come from. So I think
you met some fucked up
people,
people,
and I could go
guy.
on and on about all the traumas I've experienced in my life, but I hurt people. I was in a lot of pain. I was like, I didn't like Korean people. I didn't like myself. I'd experienced a lot of abuse from black people, and I just wanted to. I didn't know anything. There was no internet. I felt like an alien. I'm like, I don't belong anywhere.
There it is. I found it.
So I would go.
Is that it? That has to be it, dude.
Everyone goes, don't go to Bosnia.
There it
don't
is.
go to the Congo. Don't go to the Gaza Strip. And I'm gonna go every fucking place. My life has been very reactionary, right? My life has been like, you don't tell me what to do. Mm-hmm. You don't tell me how to podcast. I'm gonna stick a butt plug in my,
Right.
I'm gonna do what, So I'm in the Congo.
Go. Fuck, I'm dead.
It's in a full-blown war. There's people being and everyone's like, who are you? Oh my God. Who is this blonde Asian here? Like, I had my hair dyed then too, and so I could go and tell a million stories about the Congo, but at some point,
why
I'm dead.
We were looking for this brontosaurus for real, or you just wanted to go to the Congo as well?
I know the kids like to say 100%. I've heard you say it too.
Yeah.
Why not 99%, just to leave 1% for down? 99%, I was there for the dinosaur. Like, I was so young and dumb and stupid and ignorant where I truly thought I was gonna find it. Like, I didn't know enough about, like, everything made sense to me. Because anyone listening to this right now, we're talking about a story from 20 years ago, right?
Right.
I was a stupid kid. I believed in Santa Claus very late. I was a bedwetter. I'm fucked up, man. So when I finally did get to the jungle, I got out of Brazzaville. I got to this jungle area called Hueso. Then I believed, because the spiders are this big and the frogs are this big, and
how big are the frogs?
Just everything looks insane. The snakes, they got snakes out here this big. Like, it was like, okay, now I believe. Like, every year, scientists were finding a new species of something that they thought was gone, and I'm like, okay, and then I meet the pygmies.
Whoa.
And that was, fuck, I don't know what version of the
I
story
don't know
should
how
tell,
I
'cause
did
it
this,
gets
dude.
so dark.
I think I'm gonna defeat this guy. I have no clue how.
I met a German guy named, fuck, I shouldn't say his name. I met a German guy there who was the same age as me, and this is in the city, and then he could tell that I was lost. I didn't know who this guy was. He was being groomed to be like the next big politician in Frankfurt or something.
Right.
And so I didn't get this until later. But he was here as his like sex vacation to fuck as many he liked black women. So he's gonna fuck as many. Curb your language, Dave. To have as many intimate relations with women as possible. Is that better?
No. The other way
I'm trying to be better for myself. That's what I'm trying to do.
The other way was better. You were explaining what it was. It's not a bad thing.
That's what he was doing. So I figure
get
out.
it.
So he sees me as another young guy.
It's not a bad thing to explain things accurately, you know?
You could use other words though.
Yeah,
I
but
think.
that's what it is, right?
It is what it is, but I can come off. I can turn people off when I use that language. I want.
Who are these people? People that don't like you?
No, they're people
they want Dave, no swear Dave. I came here for G-rated Dave, and I want my money back.
I'm not trying to be G-rated. I'm just trying to
PG-13 Dave. That's what I was signing up for. Occasionally, the word shit. PG-13, they have like rules, right? You know, like 2 shits.
99%. Okay, so I'm with.
You thought there was a real dinosaur in there, and when you got there and you saw the big frogs and the big snakes,
I'm
you're
like,
maybe it is.
Yeah, maybe it is. And what happens is we go to the last spotting of it, right? And then I meet.
Is there any evidence at all? Like,
everyone I talk to, oh yeah, we seen it. Like there's no that's crazy. Every
Here
fucking person I meet is like,
good
yeah,
shit
it's
right here,
it's
dude.
the last.
So is it one of those things where realistically there's not a whole lot of people looking for it anyway?
No, but there are scientists that go out there, and in the meantime, I've never seen anyone murdered before until I got here, right? I've been through the LA riots. I've seen things broken and burned down and guns pointed, but I've never seen anyone hung. I've never seen anyone stoned to death, and it's absolute chaos. I'm seeing people murdered. I'm scared for my life. I got attacked one time. So I go, I need to find it. Now I have to find this dinosaur. And I also know that there's a chance that I might never go home again. So I write a letter to my parents. They don't know where I am. They think I'm in Israel on this farm. Like, I didn't tell anybody. So I wrote my parents this long letter of, I love you guys. I'm about to embark on a journey to find a dinosaur in the jungle. And I sent it at the airport before I got on the plane to the jungle. I have no money. I have only one change of clothes. I have fucking blonde hair. And I go into the jungle, and we get lost immediately. I'm a fucking city boy. What the hell do I know about the jungle? What do I know about the jungle?
Did you have any direction?
Nothing. I just knew what, you know what?
So
when I landed in the jungle, there was a guy that I think I want to say his name is Chris, that was a Peace Corps guy. And he was there to help build welds in this Bantu village. And he said, the place what you guys are looking for, he's like, you're not going to find a dime. You know, he was like the reasonable one. Mm-hmm. And I go, how do I know if you don't try? You know, I still believed. I still wanted to believe. I was willing to risk my life for it. So I haven't fucking told this story in so long. So we get to the jungle and we start walking. There's a minor trail and then it disappears. It's just gone. And I'm like, we're fucking lost in the jungle. We're lost in the jungle. So I'm with this guy that what we told people, he was here to fuck as many women as possible. But we went with the story of he is the toothpaste executive and I'm his bodyguard. That's a fake bullshit story.
Right.
As we're lost in the jungle, he starts to think that story is real. hey, go fetch me a pineapple. I go, dude, I'm not your. He's like, you're not a real executive, bro. Like, I'm not gonna get. And he starts like telling me
That's fucking crazy.
I'm like, hey, you know that was a fake story, right? Like, he's like, and there's no one around. So we get lost for days, and he starts to really be like humiliating towards me and right on my nerves. And we had rations. We went in with some crackers.
Yeah, he was there to fuck as many women as he could. No wonder. He's probably not a nice guy.
Hey, man,
dude.
we're fucking lost. I don't know how to survive. We need to ration this food out. I come. He ate it all. He ate it all.
No fucking way.
And now, like, have you ever been in that kind of situation where you're like, I'm gonna die here? Like, I'm never gonna, like, hope is gone. Like, I'm in a thick Congolese jungle. Like, I don't know how to get out, and we've been lost for days. Like, I don't know how to survive. I don't fucking know how to, like, this is it, you know?
That's insane.
And on top of it, I have this fucking German asshole who's, like, talking down to me, making fun of me, and eating my fucking rations. Like, I would pump all the fucking water and put the water purification tablets and he'd be like, thanks. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man? Like, I did all that work so we could share it. And
so he was
a dick. And so
and you're stuck in the
you've been in a jungle like that
dick.
before?
No.
Dude,
I've
so
been
we
in a
set
jungle.
up a tent. We have one tent, and so
But I've almost
we're in
died
close quarters
before.
with each other. At night, the moon is like this fucking big. Like, it's humongous. And you hear the entire jungle come alive. Like fucking monkeys and like things are bumping into the tent at night, like huge insects and like, and I'm like, I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die here. So the few times in my life where I've been in this kind of hopeless situation, the only thing that's gonna get me out of it is if I can control my mind. Because I'm like falling into despair. And in the daytime, I'm doing stand-up to the trees. We're just walking in like circles, and I'm like,
"That's crazy,
hey, how are you guys doing all tonight?" You know.
So you don't know where you are.
I don't know where I am.
Oh my
I'm
God.
talking to the vegetation.
Oh my God.
And this guy is riding my last nerve, and so I could safely say I lost my mind. And so,
yep,
we're down to our last food, and he did it again. And I said, bro, what the fuck did I tell you? We got to make this last. I'm starving. You ate the rations that were supposed to, that was it. And he's like, whatever. And he has a more like dissociated, like checked out, like we'll get out of here somehow. And part of his coping thing was to like talk down to me or whatever. And so that night, and we're lost at this point a week and a half maybe. We haven't, I'm fucking 90 pounds. I've lost all this weight. I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna murder him. I'm gonna fucking murder him because I don't like people talking shit to me like that. I've been a punching bag for this guy for weeks now, and I'm just gonna fucking kill him. And if I have to eat him to survive, I guess I'll do that. And so he's out cold. He's got fucking crumbs on his face, tuna fucking juice from the food that was supposed to be shared. And I go outside the tent and I pick up a huge rock, like bigger than this. And I go, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy.
What's up, Brainy?
Officially lost my mind. Like, I can't.
Oh, this is the best Joe Rogan
I'm
ever.
barely gonna
one
survive.
of the best.
I can't do
this
it
is
here
one of
with
the
this
best.
guy. So he's out. That's fucking looking at
Joe Rogan's cool, man. He's got my back. I watch Joe Rogan on my show all the time. No joke. Done it for years.
his face, and I pick up the rock and I go.
He'll claim my video, but he won't.
I don't even have to apply any pressure. If I just drop it, he's done. Like he'll be fucking dead. And I go, oh fuck! Is there anything left? Is there any common sense? Is there any light left in my? And I gotta fucking kill this guy. He has to go. He has to die. He has to die. He has to fucking die. And then I didn't do it. I'm not a murderer. I can't. In the mind. I'll do it. I'll do what. Murder Dave, come to the front. No one's ever gonna know. His family doesn't know he's there. Your family, nobody knows who you are. This guy Chris, the Peace Corps guy, he's not gonna fucking say anything.
This is the craziest story I've ever heard, dude.
He has a ton of cash that he hasn't been sharing with you. You can get out of here. you can fucking get some of your pride and your ego back. This fucking guy's treating you like a fucking like a Chinese waiter or something. Do it. No one will ever know. No one will ever fucking find out.
This is creep
You're probably
city,
gonna die
dude.
too. You want to die like fucking catering to this guy? Just do it. And I'm sitting. No, I don't want to. I'm not a murderer, and I didn't kill him. I woke up the next day and I'm just looking at him like, motherfucker, you don't even know. You don't even know what almost happened last night. We're walking around. Hey, what's that? There's a fucking pygmy up one of those 200, 100-foot trees. He's just sitting there chilling. And I go, what is that? Is that a person? Waves at us.
200 feet above you.
Huge tree. Like just, I don't know.
That's so high.
It's so high.
Oh my God.
It was so high.
How did you spot him?
He was like, it was shaking a little.
No way,
From
dude.
the place he was
What
to get in
the
front of us
fuck?
was seconds. Like, hi. It's like this short.
What's this jungle? I mean, when you're in there, do you even see sunlight through it, or is it just?
No, it's so dense. I mean, like, yeah, there's some cracks, but it's
Just
this was
filled
also in
with
the
life.
National Geographic why that the dinosaur would be here is because cameras can't see it because it's such a dense, thick forest, and there's things in there that are like moving, and you know.
Dude, your description sounds terrifying.
It's terrifying.
Trying to sleep
yeah.
in a tent.
Oh my God.
yeah.
God, dude, I'm freaking out over here.
So the guy comes up. He's this short. He's like tiny. He's like, "You guys want some honey?" What?
Oh my God.
And this is where my skill as an artist has gotten me out of so many situations, right? Because if you're in jail and you have any kind of skills, singing, dancing, telling jokes, drawing, you're a celebrity. So this guy doesn't speak English. We don't speak whatever language he speaks. So I start drawing stuff like food, like, you know, in the dirt, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got you." And he goes and he brings us some meat that's all charred, and I'm like, I don't know what that is, you know.
Right.
And I took one bite and it tastes horrible, and I'm like, I'm gonna starve to death, but I can't eat that.
Wow.
And so it was like a movie. He's like, come on. And we're walking, and you know, it's us like stumbling, machete trying to. He's just like, like. We get around a corner. Entire village of pygmies. They've never fucking seen an Asian person before. I'm C-3PO, and they're the
this is
Ewoks.
awesome, dude. This part's
Blonde,
awesome.
They're coming. They're touching my face. They're like, yeah, look like he's like, I don't know what the fuck they're saying. They're like, the kid keeps doing this thing. Like, I go, what are you saying? There was one older guy in the village that I guess spoke a tiny bit of French. So the German guy can translate. He's like, they're saying you come from the stars.
Oh my
that
God.
you're coming from the stars. And I'm like, oh my God.
That's heavy.
So I'm like, we're saved. They bring us some honey. They bring us some fruit. And I'm like, oh God. I'm like just devouring it. They're laughing at us. And, you know, it's like the National Geographic. Like the women's tits are like down to their ankles. And this fucking guy. He's an alien.
I told you.
1995. I was 19
dude.
years old. Yeah, 19 years old. Yeah, and they put that they put their clothes on for the picture. They were all naked when I got in there.
Wow.
So, look at my Tivas.
That's amazing. That picture's amazing.
So I
Now, had any of these people seen it? Did you ever describe it to them?
Oh yeah,
the
so I
dinosaur
draw
to
the
them?
dinosaur. I go, here's the dinosaur.
And what were they saying?
They go, oh yeah. There's never like no. It's always like, okay, there's the dinosaur. And they go, let's go. And they go, it's through wetlands like this. There's gonna be leeches. Like there's a disease called bilharzia, where there's like snails under like still moving waters, and the second a mammal steps in the water, little fucking parasites shoot off the snail like heat-seeking missiles, and they go in your dick hole, and then you piss and shit blood till you die. And I'm like,
oh fuck.
Okay, I'm done. Like I tap out.
Jesus.
Like, so they're explaining like all the trek and the way to go find this dinosaur, and I'm like, I went up until the leeches. And then when I came out with the leeches, I go, all right, I like this is it, you know. I go, can you help us get out of the jungle? And they're like, it took less than a day. That's how close we were to like.
Really?
Yeah, we were probably fucking walking in circles. So we get out in less than a day. I get back home. I'm 19 years old. I start writing for Vice. I start drawing pictures for them. I do comics. I'm writing. And I was writing for a magazine called Giant Robot.
You was looking for a dinosaur.
Gavin and Shane would read that magazine.
In the jungle, in this area of about the size of Florida in the Congo, there's legends that there's this dinosaur, and so many people have seen it. It looks like a brontosaurus that scientists literally go down and look for it. No joke.
They're like, they were ahead of the curve, right? Like when all print magazine, right, existed, they were like, we need to go to digital. Like they were, Vice has always been free. Everyone fiends it. They go to those magazine shops or wherever, and and they're like, we need to have online presence. The internet was brand new, and they said, Dave, that is the fucking. And I told you, not the PG-13, but that story gets very darker than what I said. And they go, will you go back with a camera and a camera crew? And I said, that was one of the most traumatic. I almost died. I saw people murdered. There was a fucking virus where people were bleeding out of their eyeballs. No. Okay, I'll go. Enough time had passed. It was 10 years later, actually. That was 95, and then it was like 8 or 10 years later. And
so that was the one that Vice filmed.
They're like, can you go back?
So that photo for the Mickey Mouse shirt was from the earlier
That was
trip.
from when I went with the film, like just my camera. So I go back, and how did we even get to this?
The dinosaur.
The dinosaur.
They all see this same dinosaur?
Have you?
Oh, shit, look at that.
There it is, Mokala. Dude, you're fucking on fire, Jamie.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That one, number 3? Number 3 is bonkers. What is that? Unless it's a log. Could be a log.
So on my second trip back, I met the doctor. There was a doctor that lived in the village close to that river.
Look at the track.
And he said he'd seen it.
Really?
And he's like not,
I wonder if any like real legitimate biologists have looked at those tracks. Maybe they could tell you by the way the footprint, like they can kind of tell whether things are fake or real or not based on like where the weight is distributed. Like someone who really understands how these animals would walk. I think it would be really hard to fake dinosaur footprints, right? Because the weight, it would have to have like a.
The description I just read in this said it wasn't that big. I shouldn't say it's not big, but it's like 30 feet, 35 feet.
It's pretty big.
It's like a big giant elephant.
Think about how big those fucking alligators were that we were just talking about.
So it might be a turtle they were seeing. That's what I don't know what they actually found.
A turtle
through here.
Their dicks were so big. Like when we went to the river to bathe, they were like, okay, they just take their clothes off, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna keep my clothes on. And they go, what? I go, dude, I have like a normal penis for, like, I'm proportioned correctly. Like, your shit is down to your knees. And this was back in the city when I got back to Brazzaville, and they're like, bro, you know why our dicks are so big? I'm like, why? And like, there's all these naked kids running around. It's like, because we never wear underwear. And I'm like, what? Like, see the girl whose tits are down to her stomach? Never wear a bra. It's gravity, bro. Everything just droops. I'm like, that's why your dicks are so big? I'm like, I'm still gonna leave my underwear on. Like, this is. Wait, you've never been to Africa?
No, never been to Africa.
Dude, I'm begging you. I know you're into the hunting and the bow hunting. Please, like. So when I texted you, like.
What does it have to do with anything?
Africa, man.
Oh, hunting in Africa, you mean?
So when I texted you the other day, I saw that the last time I texted you was 2018. I was like, dude, I'm going to Africa. I'll see you when I get back.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And
okay, this is the
yes.
Yeah, you were telling me this is very heavy.
So there's hunter-gatherer tribes in like the Arctic, Papua New Guinea, the Amazon, Africa, but very few. Like they're almost gone. There's very, very few people that live off the land, and I just whenever the podcast went off the air and I ghosted, I just lost my mind. I hit my rock bottom, and very similar pattern of what I always do when things get rough is I just go to Africa. I go. It's a weird thing to be like rich or be in a country that's rich or have stuff, and as an adult, someone has to teach you gratitude. Like I hear you say it all the time. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I go, but I'm not. I have everything, and yet I fucking complain like crazy. I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here. I need to go someplace where I can learn humility. I can learn to be grateful. So I get to, I'm traumatized now by the Congo. I didn't even go into my second Congo story when I went with Vice. That was even crazier, where the fucking chief tried to kill us. But so Congo is the heart of darkness. I get why those books are written. I get why people have these mind-losing experiences out there, because it is one of the fucking darkest countries I've ever been. So I go, I don't want to go somewhere different this time.
Do you know the European settlers, they tried to live in the Congo for a while?
I met one.
Did you see the houses that they left behind?
Dude, when I got to this Bantu village, and Chuck, his name was Chuck. Chuck, if you're listening, I know it's 20 years ago, long blonde hair, from Oregon, Peace Corps guy. He got malaria while we were there. Oof. And he goes, please contact Francois. And I go, who the fuck is Francois? And he goes, he's in the jungle. And this isn't in the Congo village, it's the Bantu village. And he goes, you go down this tree and you go, so he's deep in the but this is still near a village. It's not, you know. So we go into the jungle, and there's like a giant Victorian French, like European house in the middle of the fucking jungle. And I'm like, how did this happen? And it's like, so we go in there, and Francois is just like some fucking weird French dude that just said, I'm gonna stay here. He had like 12 Bantu wives. There's all these like half black, half white babies crawling around, and he has a ham radio. And he's like, what's going on? I'm like, Chuck is fucking dying. He said to come contact you. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll contact the aircraft carrier, and they'll send a chopper in for him.
Well, I'm dead.
Like, oh,
I'm
shit.
dead. I'm
but
dead.
yeah, that's the one time I saw a French Victorian, I don't even know how to describe the architecture. It was like a beautiful French home in the middle of the fucking Congo jungle.
Yeah, there was a website dedicated to those people that tried to do that, and it just detailed how it all went terrible for them. And the jungle just overcame the house. Like, you can't keep the jungle back. It's too powerful. There's too much there.
The jungle
Everything grows so quickly. It's just fucking, I mean, you'd have grass popping out through the middle of your floorboards and shit. Trees trying to grow through the side of your sewage system. Like, it's just too much. It's wild.
When you just said too much, like, I just thought right now, every time I hit a rock bottom and my life gets too much, I go back to Africa. So when someone says go back to where you come from, maybe it's Africa.
Well, we all do.
Right.
We all do.
So
You know?
I look at Tanzania on the map, and it's pretty close to the Congo, and I'm like, fuck, am I ready for that? And I heard from so many people how nice the Tanzanian. So I went. Life-changing experience. I meet the Hadza, who, you got to understand, this is how humans have been living for 2 million years, and the Hadza have been in this area for 50,000 years, and I go, same thing. They're like, are you tourists? I go, can I just like live with you guys for a little bit? And they're like, they're so nice. They're so welcoming. They don't even have like the words for like violence and hate, and they're very present. And I go, my life is falling apart. Like I'm mentally ill, I'm bipolar, I'm manic depressive, I'm addicted to fucking everything. My disease is a disease of more. I need more. There's a bottomless pit I can never fill. I just need to like run away. That's my action. My action response to everything my whole life is to run away. So I'm in Africa, no one's gonna fucking find me here. And I'm living with this tribe, the Hadza. And they go, so I say living, but it's not really living, because they're living in a cave, they're hunting, they're gathering. I stayed there for a week doing the fake living. I am in a tent.
Shit.
I have like, these guys are carrying all this shit for me, my water, like truckloads of water. And in that time, I saw in 1 week how much trash I leave behind. Like, I don't see it here because it goes in the bin and the trash man comes. In 1 week, these guys leave 0 carbon footprint. They come to a place, they're nomadic, they set up the shop, they hunt, they live, and then they go to the next place. I left a mountain of bottles, toilet paper, Cliff Bar wrapper. You know, that's what all I was eating there. And I go, this is sad. One human being left a mountain of trash, and I go, what do we do? And they're like, we burn it. We burn trash. And I was like, whoa, environment. And they go, do you wanna really live with us? Because 1 week in any kind of situation like that it's just withdrawal, right? I mean, internet withdrawal, phone withdrawal, friend, like just comforts of normal like Western society. And I go, fuck it. Fuck the tent, I'm gonna live with you guys. I'm just gonna fuck, you know. So I'm in my fucking underwear, and I'm living on top of a rock in this cave. And the oldest guy in the village is, you know, when he starts talking, it's like I'm in like Lion King. He's like, when I was young and all, you know, I have a translator with me. He's translating Hadza to Swahili to English. Mm-hmm. He's like, elephants, lions, hippos, like everywhere, and like, it was like a buffet. We just wake up, we could kill anything, and in my lifetime, that has been gone. It's gone. It's like there's very few animals left to hunt, and the ones that are like they're endangered, you can't kill them. So life there is very, very hard. And they go, you want to hunt with us? And I'm like, dude, look at my body. Do I look like? And there was like a Catholic priest that set up a mission in that area. And I met him, he's been trying to convert the Hadza to Catholicism for 20 years. And he's like, they use the Bible pages to smoke weed. So
what do they hunt with?
Bow and arrow. Like
homemade bow and arrow?
Homemade bow and arrow, like just, they take this wood and they spend all day making the arrows. Yup. They use their teeth. They
show you?
Yeah.
They show you how they did
I learned how to make it. And then they use their teeth to, I think I know that guy. That might be Rasuli. And then there's a plant that they harvest and they do all this stuff to it. And then that's the poison that they put on the tip of the arrow. And these guys, yep, there it is.
How crazy it is to think that this is how people hunted.
Dude, I lived
the longest time.
Dude,
this was state of the art.
I lived like this for fucking months, man. It was like.
So you did this as well?
Dude, so first day of the hunt, they're like.
Did they teach you how to shoot a bow first?
Dude, my bow shooting is so off, and yeah, so we practice.
Had you shot a bow in the past?
I've never shot a bow in my life. There's one of these guys. See it? It almost looks like a toy. Like you think it wouldn't work. No, there's one guy in the village, Shawnee, that's so strong that he could shoot the arrow through the fucking kudu. It was like, and I was like, "You're fucking a super."
The back muscles in that motherfucker.
Oh my god, they're fucking ripped.
Shit! Dude. My god, that guy is jacked.
They're ripped. They have
so they have really. These are very strong bows. So just pulling them back is probably tremendous, like back muscle.
Everyone knows how to hunt. The kids know how to hunt.
What are they using for the feathers at the end of?
I know that. I know that guy. The one that's.
Which guy?
No,
guy?
Down. Yeah, that guy. Yep. I stayed with that guy.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. He's older now. See the cuts on his face?
Yeah.
I have that. They cut my face. Too.
Really?
Yeah, I asked them to because I like pain.
For real?
But look at that guy. Doesn't
Where's
he
your cut?
It's almost gone now. This was a.
Damn, dude.
But don't they look like supermodels? Like they're like really
powerful genetics.
Like, yeah, I'm like just.
And also, you got to think of the amount of effort. It's like they're doing CrossFit classes every day.
Right.
I mean, think about just getting by as a hunter-gatherer with the crazy bow that you have to pull back, and you're running through the woods all the time. Like, you have to be fit.
It's unbelievable.
What a crazy way to live.
Yeah, look at that. I mean,
so what are they using for the feathers, for the fletchings? Do you know?
Dude, these motherfuckers are so in tune with nature that they'll make a bird sound, and they're talking to the bird, and the bird will show you where the honey is.
What?
Like, and then there's a pack of 50 dogs following us, and the dogs aren't pets; they're hunting tools, right? So the dogs are the first line of defense. They sniff it out, and I'm like, this is mental, right? It's like, oh, like I'm on a fucking insane experience right now. Never did I thought I would just. Wait, why am I going home? So if I walk with one of the kids, Upaune, amazing. It's a clicking language. It's like that kind of language.
Wow. Did you learn any of it?
Tiny bit. And of course, I did a podcast where I speak.
Imagine if they take that out of context. It turns out you're saying some really fucked up shit.
I tried.
You got to be careful, right? If you're making up a language, like you might accidentally hit on some real shit there.
I tried.
Just say one or two forbidden words.
So if I walk with one of the kids and it's like him giving me a tour of his house, like, oh, come to Joe's warehouse, and he's showing me.
Right.
He's like grabbing a snake and biting his head off. He's like, you want some thing? Climbing a tree.
He just grabbed a snake and bit its head off?
He takes out a slingshot, a pebble this big, bam, hits a fucking bush baby out of the tree, breaks his legs, puts it here. He's like, snack for later. Everything is talking. It's like, it looks like they're just goofing off and playing, but they have some what do you call it, microbes and gut biome kind of things in their stomach that no one else on the planet has. So the translator's explaining to me, Canadian scientists come and literally steal their shit. They find them and they steal their shit, and I'm like,
their actual poop.
Their actual
just
poop.
to get their biome.
Because there's biomes in there that don't exist anywhere.
Secret to a healthier
they might have
hidden in the Hadza diet.
If you Google steal African shit, I bet you it'll come up.
I wonder.
See, look, there it is. So see the bees on his fucking head?
Yep, they're lighting him up, and he's eating the honeycomb
and it does nothing to him.
Really?
So we go climb. Hey, come on, climb the tree. Guy sticks his fucking hand in the tree, scoops that out, starts eating it like it's a fucking hamburger. Bees, and I'm like, bro, I'm cool. No, come on. Like we've been doing. That's a kid doing this, right?
Yeah.
That kid's. I go in, one sting. Ah! My fucking hand inflates to like a Mickey Mouse, like. I'm like, you've been getting stung since you were a kid, so you're like immune to it. And they're just
doesn't bother them.
It doesn't bother them.
They're fine with it, and their body's also gotten immune to it.
Right.
That's crazy. They're biting that honeycomb like it's a snack, and all those bees are on his head, his hands.
And the thing you never see in all the National Geographics and all the nature documentaries is that it's always serious. And here's the Hadza warrior, and here's, whatever. These guys crack, they're like, do you want to come with us tomorrow? Like, none of your eating Cliff Bars and hanging back. Like, you want to? I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Okay, we leave at first, the second.
How are they saying this all to you?
I have the translator with me.
Oh, okay.
He like works with them, and it's like worst case scenario when they don't do food. This is the sad part. They do the fake show for the tourists. Like the tourists come in, usually European, and then they put on the fake. It's not fake, it's real, but they dress up and do like dances and stuff, and they give them money.
Oh.
So I wake up at 5:30, first noise, boop, and then laughter. I'm like, are these fuckers doing fart jokes at 5 a.m? And that's the thing that people don't realize is when you don't have TV, internet, entertainment, and you're just with your family and your homies all day, you're bored as fuck. So they joke morning till night. Like, I don't know what they're saying. Laughter. Someone cuts a fart, joke. And I'm like, all right, let's go. So you saw the pictures.
Yeah.
They're ripped, back muscles, 6-packs. The kids have 6-packs. I was very out of shape. I'm still out of shape, but I was the most out of shape. And think about waking up at 5:30 in the morning, and the thing that's the final animal that's like kind of left is baboons. They almost call them in that part of Africa like the baboon men, because that's what they eat. Tastes horrible to me. Baboons look human. So we're in a cave. Men sleeping on the top, women on the bottom. We wake up, there's another cave, and you see, oh, there's people in that cave. No, they're baboons. Fuck. And they're pointing at us. They're like, look, they're coming. So I'm like, this shit is crazy. We're hunting baboons. They're like, there's tons of meat on them. It's enough to feed our family. Think about, like, running again. I was pretty fast in high school. I could do the 50 pretty quick. I can't run at top speed for hours. And I got these. I'm drinking water, and in this environment, it's an advantage to have black skin because it's cooling. These guys aren't sweating. I'm like, what's going on? We've been running for 5 hours. You guys aren't sweating. What the fuck? And they don't get tired, and then they'll just start digging a hole and drink like a handful of brown water, and that's enough for them. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, and they're telling the translator,
I got killed by
this
one of those
motherfucker
little
looks like he's never
mushrooms.
caught anything in his life. And he's like, he hasn't. And to me, I'm an alien, right? They go, he gets his food from supermarkets. What's that? They hunt the food for him. They cut it up and package it and sell it. Like, they don't believe it.
Right.
The shit I tell them, they're like, hey, you guys, you look like a fucking supermodel. Can I bring you to America and do a fashion thing and get you guys paid? And why would we want to go to America? Well, tell me what you know about America. Isn't that the place where people jump off buildings to kill themselves? Like, that concept is so foreign that when someone explained suicide to them, I was like, oh my God, they don't. And in the time that I'm there, like I said, that first week is withdrawal. I'm like, fuck, where's my phone? And then all of it goes away, right? I'm not thinking about any of my addictions. I'm not thinking about, like, I feel peace. I'm not miserable. My depression goes away. And I go, morning till night. You wake up, you hunt for food, you get home, celebration, everyone's happy that the men brought the food back, the women, gathered the berries. We have a big dinner celebration because every meal you got to be grateful for. Dance party by the fire, and you're out. A couple fart jokes, and you're out. Repeat the next day. There's no time to be like bored and sad and upset and worried about some bullshit. And so I'm trying to keep up with these guys. They're running at top speed. Like, say this is say these are the baboons on top of they're doing a perimeter. They're doing okay, we're gonna come up all the sides, and the dogs are on the forefront, right? They're running faster. There's a guy named Ale Ane. He's got some dreads. He's the tribe pothead. He's got the Bible. He's rolling joints for everyone. He's about 50 feet behind. He's running at he's not doing this. I'm maybe like 200-300 feet behind this guy. So they're trying to come on.
So he's running and rolling joints.
He's running, rolling joints, and
had you done any running before this?
Not really, man. I'm a sprinter. I don't have endurance.
All of a sudden you're doing this for hours.
Oh my
with these
God,
people?
I almost blacked out.
How many miles do you think you were running?
Dude, because they're like going back and forth. I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna chill here.
So they just run everywhere.
Run everywhere, just running, and they don't. Some of them have shoes, like they make homemade shoes, but some of them don't. So it's just barefoot, and It's the dry bush, right? So there's like plants that have like thorns and like. It looks like this on them, just like that white scratch. To me, I'm getting cut open. I'm like bleeding everywhere.
Their skin's tougher.
And they're just fucking they're just clowning me. They're clowning me. They're like, bro, how did you ever survive? And I'm like, come on, guys. I put a GoPro on the dog. So I go back and I watch it. The baboon is like a human, like it's talking. Get the fuck away from me! The fuck away! The baboon's running, the dog, rah, rah, rah. He's like, fuck you!
They hunt him with dogs?
He gets hit right here, he's bleeding, so he's leaving a trail of blood. It fucking hypes up the tribe. Let's go, we got him, he's hit. The dog gets his nutsack, rips his fucking dick off. I'm running. The guy holds up his nuts. He's like, look, we got the nuts. And I'm like, why you show me that? He's like, we're getting close. They finally fucking hit the guy, like, sort of here. And
you're saying the guy, too. You're not just saying the baboon. You're saying it hit the guy.
It looks human, man.
God, it does, right? It looks real close.
He backs into a tree.
Like a dog human, though.
Yeah. And all the dogs are dope. I love these dogs so much. They're all hunting dogs, so they all have scars and fucking tails missing. Like, because the baboons have fangs.
Yeah, that's
they
what I'm
pick
saying.
the dogs up and they rip a chunk off.
Oh, my God.
And these dogs are so hardcore that there's a dog that had one leg missing. There's a dog that you could see his ribs, and they're still down to hunt.
Oh, my God.
Like, they're in the back with me, but they're still, like, I want to show value that, because I interviewed each person in the tribe, and I said, what is the happiest day of your life? And they all had the same answer. The day that I hunted the biggest animal, and I got to feed everyone, and I was the hero. And so
these are all baboons for how long? How long have they been only hunting baboons?
I mean, it's been for a few years now. I mean, they'll hunt anything. They'll kill anything,
Right.
and they'll
but
eat.
there's nothing left but baboons just recently.
It's getting to just that, and even then, because this day, that day that I was on the first hunt, because there was many days we hunted where we didn't catch anything, and that's like super downer for them. But this is my first hunt. I had the GoPro. The guy shot. He backs into a tree, like his last stand, and the dogs just start ripping his guts out and start fucking, you know, and I'm watching this, and he's like, and it's like he's going, fuck you, and he's just like, picking dogs up, throwing them.
Oh my God.
And then they just come up and they go right in his chest. He's dead. This is all on GoPro. I wasn't even close. I was like, wait up, guys.
Fuck.
They tie the foot and the leg, and they make a backpack. That's how they carry it. So they caught 4 that day. So they bring it back to the village. I don't know if you saw in that picture, I brought my top ramen with me. So I was like, they don't waste a part of this thing. The person that killed it gets to eat the dick and the balls. They eat the head. They eat the brains. They turn the fur into like jackets. And they eat
the brains.
Dude, so at night, I thought dinner time was over. But think about it, how much protein and nutrition is in the brain, right? And it's the final thing, right? They stew the head that's in that pot.
I suck
and
with
so
that
the
dude,
brain
bruh.
gets cooked.
That little dude.
And then
I suck.
It's like a delicacy at the end. They like tap a hole in, and it's, you know, they have black skin. Like I remember, like it was fire. It was in the cave. It's nighttime, and I just hear eating, and I turn my flashlight on, and I see like the whole tribe just chowing the brains at the end. They're like, this is our favorite part.
Dude,
and
that's crazy.
Yeah, and they're just like, and then so it's all this white brains like streaked on their face, and I'm like, yo, you want to get in on this? Give me some of that brain. So I had some brain. And
Did you really?
I ate everything. I mean, there it is.
Oh my God.
Doesn't that look like a person?
That's so intense.
So once the fur
I'm not
is
putting that on the screen. Just so
No, yeah, good. Thank you.
once the fur, look, this is fucking
Should
life.
you put it on the screen or no?
Look,
You got us in trouble?
This.
I'm just not going for this.
Okay.
Well, let me just say this.
That's how hardcore this picture is, right?
You can find it.
Yeah.
You can find it easily.
Look for like you want to talk. This is life or death. This is
I get it. I understand.
So when.
But I'm saying it is intense, and there is a thing about primate brains.
Right.
Prion diseases that you get. They find them in cannibals.
Mm.
So there's something about eating a human.
See, I'm smoking the weed.
Humans eating human brains. Oh, so they did get a bird there.
Yeah.
So sometimes they get birds too.
So I am.
But they're eating mostly baboons.
I tasted it. I wasn't eating it. I'm like, I have a million Cliff Bars in my backpack. I know.
That is so intense.
There's the dogs.
Seeing that guy carry a baboon on his back, like the way you're describing, is so intense. They got some sort of an antelope or something there, and then they're drinking out of that water.
But they're
smoking weed with the Bible.
There it is, dude. Look at this fucking guy. So I pass out.
Ooh.
There's nothing left in the gas tank. I pass out, and the next day I'm like, okay, like I'm becoming a man. They're like,
did you eat the actual baboon meat as well?
I ate the baboon meat. It's not for me. And I eat everything.
What did it taste like?
I've never eaten a human, but I'm imagining that's what a human would taste like. It was just, I don't know, gamey. That's the only. It was strong, but.
Well, you got to think of the physical strength of those animals,
dude,
and how tough their meat must be.
And all the testosterone and everything is being released. It didn't taste good, but they loved it. They love they're happy.
You know Steve Rinella?
No.
Steve Rinella is the host of the TV show Meat Eater, and he went to. I'm trying to remember where it was, somewhere in South America.
Jesus, this game is so hard, dude.
And
one more round and I'm out for the night.
It's like they smoke it, and then they cook it in like a stew, and it's like smoked turkey.
They did that to the head, but.
Yeah,
but
there he is. There's so they're eating this monkey in they're chewing on it. Like that's intense, man. Bolivia. That is fucking intense. Like seeing someone chewing on a monkey leg is intense. You know?
Yeah.
There's just something about it where it's like
that's our cousins.
That's next level. I mean, there's something about it. It's like woof.
This is life or death.
It's crazy how much we but we think that way about mammals in general. Because if you get to deer, like people are way sadder when they see a dead deer than if they see a dead fish. There's something about like mammals.
Right.
Like we don't give a fuck about a dead turtle.
When
You know
they
what I
throw
mean?
that thing on the fire and you see all the fur burn off and he's like in the
Jesus.
Christ pose, it
Oh.
looks like human. So the next day I'm like, all right, I'm getting my endurance up, and they're like, we think you're more of a gatherer. Why don't you hang back today? Like, because they were like humoring me.
Right.
And I was like, okay. And I brought all my art supplies with me. And the kids are like, they use the beeswax and they make little sculptures and they take little, you know, I'm like, these kids are awesome. So I fell in love with the kids. I'm like, I'll adopt all of you. I'll bring, and they're like, we have parents. And I was like, all right. So I brought all these art supplies with me. I got markers, I got watercolor, and you know, we're in the desert and it's all brown. So I mean, not the desert. We're in the bush. Everything's brown, and so I got all these bright blues and reds, and the kids went nuts. Like when you give kids art supplies, like, and I'm just watching them, like, this is fucking amazing. And the day just went by. I just gave art lessons and like.
To someone who's never seen art supplies, that must be fucking insane.
And I'm asking them like, what, you know, and they're drawing like they're drawing because they've never seen TV. They don't have any of the visual like stuff that we grew up on. So everything is pure from that perspective. And in my head, I'm like, I cannot wait to get home and show this to people, and maybe we can do prints and books and sell it and help you guys. And they go, okay. They show, you know, everyone comes back from the hunt. They show, and they go, we're on top of this cliff, the cave, and they just throw it. Hey, what the fuck you guys doing, man? I was gonna, you know, in my head, it's like, come home, frame it. You know, there's a memory of my time there. They're like, oh, nomadic. You don't guys, we were present. We created it. We lived it. We enjoyed it. Bye-bye. Like, what am I gonna walk around with fucking canvas and paper? And I was like, damn, dude, this shit is. These people are next level. And so
It's a different world.
Well, that's why I'm saying, like, I was like, man, now I got this experience. I feel good. I'm going to go home. And I'm like, why am I going to go home? Like, I'm fucking falling in love with these people. They're showing me how fucked up I am and like and so I just stayed there. I just stayed there about
how long?
Stayed there for a few months. I bought a huge piece of land. I work with, if anyone that's listening right now is interested, it's Hadza, HADZA.org. And you can, if you want to like sponsor a kid or you want to see how they live, and because this is it. This is the end for them. Like, it might already be the end. Like, I don't know if anyone listening has Tanzania contacts. Like, this way of life is pretty much over. Like, there's less than 1,000 Hadza left. Yeah. These are the guys I stayed with. They're fucking amazing. Dude, will you come?
Yes. What?
Like,
Like, go to Africa? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I thought you meant come to like the movie premiere.
No.
Dude.
Please. Your daughters, your wife will fucking love it. Like, you don't. And here's the thing. We could set it up where you don't have to. Like, I gave you like the fucking hardcore.
The malaria tour.
Yeah. You take malaria pills. You're not gonna get malaria. And
You can't do that for kids though.
You
That
could
malaria medication.
So
not
I met
so good for that.
I met a Spanish German couple there that has like a nice kind of bed and breakfast kind of thing, like not in that area but a little bit away. And the guy raises his kid like at nice private schools in Germany, and then on the summer times he comes and the kids in their underwear run around and they hunt with the tribe.
Jesus.
And I'm like, this is life changing. Your fucking kids will
look at these guys.
Yeah. Look at they're all smiling. Having like the fucking time of their life. Look at the dogs.
Time of their life.
Look at the dog. Yeah, Hadza.org.
How many baboons do you think you ate while you were there?
I'm being honest with you. I just tasted a little bit, and then I'd go in my little cubby hole and eat my Cliff Bars.
So you only ate their meals.
Look at that. I painted the.
Oh my God!
Yep.
Seeing them biting a chunk off the baboon's head. Oh Jesus, dude.
I mean,
Yikes.
it's crazy to think that
That's
like the
intense.
cure to like future medicines and shit might be in these guys' shit, and then they're gonna be
Isn't that
gone.
crazy?
Dude, it's fucking insane. Like, we met those scientists that are collecting that data out there. Fuck, I can't remember her name.
Well, obviously neither one of us is a biologist, but if you think about it,
Yeah.
if you're living like in a completely a natural way in the middle of, I mean, what a crazy biosphere. There's so much life there.
Yeah.
There's so much life there that you got to imagine there's so much bacteria life too, right? And if you survived to 2020, like your ancestors got you to 2020 living like that, like you have to be robust. So all those people that do live there, they're probably just a superior version.
Any one of those guys could have been a supermodel, because when they take their shirt off, they're fucking ripped. And the guy Shawnee that I said, when he hits a kudu, like the big with the arrow, it goes all the way through. And I'm like, the other guys in the tribe, when they hit it, it hits the animal.
Those guys are fucking shredded.
Dude, they look like
at those guys in the center. That's insane. They're fucking shredded. They look like jiu-jitsu champs.
Dude, they're fucking amazing.
They do. Those guys, well, you got to think, man. I mean, the amount of physical activity and exercise,
But
they're probably, their endurance is like never waning. They're constantly
running,
doing it.
And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking with my Western brain, dude, if I take you back, you guys are going to be the toast of the town. It's fashion models. If someone trains your bow thing, like you could be in the Olympics, or maybe you could be a fucking baseball player. Or
well, how about runners from there? Runners from parts. There's one part of Africa in particular.
You still be doing the walk talks? Yeah, after about a week or so. I'm going to take some time off for some stuff, but I'll be doing them.
Radio Lab podcast about it.
I might do them on rockAlot here and there, but yeah, I'll be doing them. I'm just taking a break for a little bit.
A coming of age ritual where they would circumcise the men like with a dull knife and have them crawl naked through like thorns. Like they did some hardcore shit.
I want to get some of my
to get them to just.
I want to get some of my video reviews out. I want to get my music taken care of. You know, I want to make new music for different atmospheres. You know, like different types of videos, spooky stuff, happy stuff, whatever. All of it like UNIRock style music type stuff, and I just want to get everything done. And the walk talks don't, the UNIWalks don't really take a massive amount of time, but they do. They take hours out of the day that I need. So for about a week, I'm going to scroll them back. But after that, they'll be back in and we'll be pumping it out just like usual. It'll be tight. We're going to start playing Tarkov a little more again when we stream. In the after show, you know, like, and we're going to start playing some other games. And Cyberpunk's coming out. My channel is going to do a lot of Cyberpunk videos. I've been letting everybody know that. So just so that everybody's ready.
Be able to endure pain in a way that most people are just incapable of. They've developed a tolerance to pain because some of their rituals. The episode's called Cut and Run. It's really crazy because this guy talks about it, but he also says, because he had gone through it himself, and he also said he doesn't want to do it to his son. He wouldn't want his son to do that. It's like, you don't have to do it. It's too hard. But that...
It makes sense, man.
It does make sense.
It does make total sense.
Just because I think, look, I'm not a long distance runner, but those people that are, they say it's all about your mind.
Right.
It's all about being able to endure the pain.
Right.
And some people can and some people can't. And if you're a person who's grown up dealing with pain, it's a part of your culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to be hard as fuck to make it in the Congo.
Dude.
Hard as fuck to make it in Tanzania. You got to be hard as fuck.
Right.
Those people, like, you got to think of all of those different obstacles their ancestors have overcome to get them to 2020 living a nomadic life in the jungle. Holy shit, man. I mean, you can't be lazy. You can't be slow. You can't be stupid. You have to be able. And you're taught to be able to maneuver in that world from the time you're a baby.
Joe, you can't just read about it. You got to live it. What is the fear, like,
God
that you
damn.
might get malaria or something?
No, I'm really high. I took a bunch of hits of that blunt during this podcast.
You too, Jamie, you fucker. You're coming too.
Jamie's not leaving this apartment. You're crazy.
I'll make it so it's the best.
Okay, we'll talk
for your family.
We'll talk about it after the show.
I'm gonna keep, because dude, like,
I love it when people bug me about things I say no to. But please keep going.
I thought you like bow hunting, man.
I'm not going over there. If I did that, I would only go over there to,
just observe. Come to observe.
If I went to hunt over there, I would do it because that's what I wanted to live off of. I wanted to eat it. Like, you can't. I don't think you can bring it back.
No.
You can donate it to tribes.
We would eat it. Yeah, trust me, we would eat it. It would get eaten. Everything there gets eaten.
Yeah, I talked to a dude once who shot an elephant over there. I was like, whoa, like, why? And then he said, well, first of all, the reason why they do it in the first place is because some of these elephants will make their way into towns and start eating in the village and eating all their crops. And so they want someone to come and shoot it. And I'm like, oh man, like that's a crazy argument. Like there's certain animals that I feel way worse when they die. And elephants, there's something about elephants.
Elephants are cute.
They're not just cute, man.
They're dinosaurs.
There's something majestic about them.
Yeah, they're fucking amazing.
They could crush you, and they're generally pretty cool. They're so cool, strangers, like regular tourists, are allowed to climb on them in Thailand and ride them through the jungle.
You ever meet Michael Jackson?
The singer?
Yeah.
No.
So I got to meet him close to before he died, and I got to go to Neverland Ranch.
Whoa.
Holy
the
shit, this
mismanagement
dude.
of the animals there is like they were already gone by the time I got there, but where he used to keep the elephants, the bars are like this thick, and the elephants were so like depressed and you know, just from like they didn't have an actual zookeeper that knew how to handle them, so they would just keep them locked up and like not. The elephants would fucking headbang the bars. These bars are like this thick, and they'd be bent like this.
Oh my god.
I'm like, man, these fucking things are dinosaurs.
They're also intelligent. Like
yeah, they're really smart.
They're smart.
Yeah.
They're smart.
They have feelings. They feel things. Like.
Have you ever seen that they taught them to paint?
Yeah, I've seen that. That's awesome.
How crazy is that? I mean, that thing is painting itself.
I love that.
Here's my question. Do you think they taught it? We actually talked about this, Jamie, didn't we? Like, do you think they actually taught him to make that shape, or do you think they taught him to paint himself? Right? Like, if you could show an elephant, like, this is the shape I want you to make, and it's the shape of an elephant, if you drew it for him, and you said, recreate that, I give you fruit. He recreates that, you give him fruit.
Right.
That's a little different than if he looks at you and starts drawing an image of you, because we were led to believe that the elephant was thinking of itself and drawing what an elephant looks like.
Right.
It's just a slightly less impressive thing, that it might just be emotion that it's taught to make, but the way you look at it, like, you go, no, it's too good. It's too good. Like, the elephant has a little talent. Like, I would buy an elephant painting.
You should.
Just to know that an elephant did it, but I don't want the elephants to have to be forced to work for paintings.
Right. You want the elephant to want to paint it.
I'm glad the elephant
we'll just
knows
leave
how
these
to paint.
paints here, and if you want to do it, like
exactly. Like if the elephant was living a chill life. I went to a elephant rescue place in Thailand a couple years back, and they rescue these elephants and release them back into the wild successfully.
Wow.
They've done it with several. I think they said 7 at the time that I was there. But they basically take elephants from like a circus or a zoo, and they rehabilitate them. And they have them out here. There's like piles of sugar cane. You could feed them sugar cane.
Wow.
And this thing is like this big. Its head's this big.
Wow.
And I'm petting it, and I'm just feeding it sugar cane. But they're so gentle.
Right.
They'll let strangers like me, I just met them.
Right.
But if you wanted to,
you could
you're a beer can, man. You just
stomp
get smushed.
you, fucking pile drive you.
He do whatever he wants to. He's so big. And then when you feed him and you wash him and you hang out with them, and then they'll let you ride them. Like
amazing.
You develop like a little bond with them. It's interesting, man, because like you're hanging out with this elephant and you're feeding him, and he goes to you to try to eat, and then you're petting him, and then you could wash him, and he's enjoying it. He's enjoying that you're doing this, and then after all that, then you ride him. I don't like the riding part. If I had to do it all over again, I'd be like, I'm good. I'll meet you guys at the end. I don't want to ride them, but I get that cool. It's fascinating. And they don't give a fuck. Like, you weigh nothing. You're a baseball hat to them.
What's the prehistoric? What's the mastodon? Is that the Snuffleupagus guy from?
Oh, well, it's woolly mammoth and mastodon. There's 2 different ones.
Yeah. So when you're in the presence of something so majestic, you're like, you can believe that there's a dinosaur.
Oh, 100%. Well, it would be a dinosaur if it didn't exist.
Right.
Like if an elephant didn't exist and someone talked about a giant white teeth that come up into the sky. It's enormous. It's as big as a house. What?
I love the babies.
It's as big as a house.
They're so cute.
Yeah, people who, if you didn't know what an elephant was, and someone's describing, if it didn't exist, and someone's describing it to you,
fuck, I'm gonna die, dude. I'm gonna die.
Like, what?
Right.
What is it? A leftover dinosaur. You know, we were trying to figure out the other day, and we forgot
He's
to check.
so crazy,
How
dude.
old are crocodiles? We were saying that crocodiles are dinosaurs, but the dinosaurs supposedly were killed off 65 million years ago, right? Are crocodiles something that actually survived before them? How old does it say they are? Holy shit! Those dirty motherfuckers made it through the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs.
Those are dinosaurs.
They are dinosaurs.
Prehistoric.
Yeah, if it's 200 million years ago, of course they're dinosaurs. Of course they are, right?
Jamie, are there crocodiles that paint?
I was looking up so that there's one elephant that well, you know, the viral video of it. It's painting in really good detail.
Yeah,
but
right?
There's a
Oh,
website
wow.
that has
No way.
lots of elephant. It's like the conservation elephantart.com. These
So he's
paintings are way different.
Okay.
It's like the Picasso.
Is
of
there some
elephants.
cheating going on? I mean, that looks.
That's what I'm saying, right? I was saying maybe he's the Michael Jordan of elephant painters.
But there was one or two I was like digging through here that was painting like flowers with stems and petals and leaves. The rest of this is just like.
You should see the video. Play Dave the video because the video is interesting.
Suda the painting elephant.
The
oh, look, he's
elephant
carrying his supplies.
sets up and look, it does the whole outline itself. Like no one's guiding it.
Great composition.
It's
Great.
not fucking bad.
No, it's
Yeah, it gets lots of
Look at that.
good stuff.
you're not seeing. You're just seeing the trunk. Is there someone
Right,
behind it with a stick taped to it,
guess,
like
yeah.
sort of moving it?
I don't think so.
I think back here it does show you.
Oh, okay. All right, it's zoomed out.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's
He's got
the elephant.
skills, man. He's got
yeah,
can
right?
control.
Like, look, it knows how to outline the ear. That makes me feel like it's almost been classically trained, though. Like, look how thick the line is of the ear, and then it sort of tapers off.
Speaking of painting, are
good.
you painting at all?
No.
Why
No.
don't you paint, man?
I never paint. I used to draw a lot.
I know that.
Yeah, but I've never really gotten into painting. Not that I don't think it's awesome. I just
Look, I come to
only
your
have a certain
place.
amount of
You
time.
have these fucking paintings everywhere.
Yeah.
I've seen your tattoos that you like to draw. You like to draw werewolves. You talk all day.
Yeah.
Don't you want to do something where you don't have to talk and it's still expressing yourself and you like art?
I do sometimes. I still scribble. I draw things sometimes, but mostly my days are busy.
This
Between
is like the best
working
way to
out
like
and
come.
archery. I like archery for calming down
Okay.
because that just makes me just focus on a target. And I just really, it's a very zen thing to do.
I'm gonna send some art supplies to Texas. You just leave them there.
Okay, dude.
It's like the elephant.
Okay.
I'm not gonna force you to do it.
Okay.
They're just there, and
Okay.
if you want to, then you do it.
Okay. But I do love drawing still to this day, but I really never got
I've been
into
drawing
painting.
a lot lately.
But I recognize my limitations because whatever particular mental health problems that I have, I get obsessed with things, and I don't have the time to get obsessed with painting.
Oh, I see.
So if I draw, like I've been drawing since I was a kid. It's not like a new thing. New things are dangerous to me.
You sound like me now.
It's true.
Well, that's why I walked away from podcasting. I know what this means to me. I know what kind of person I am. Like
Right.
I'm all in. Like this is like I'll never paint again. Like this is
Right.
gonna take over my life. And then I remember I went on the Stern show, same thing, like 5-6 years ago, and I was like, I don't even know what I said. I was completely like out of my mind. And Scott Rudin's assistant heard it, the Hollywood producer guy, and he heard the show, sent a tape to Scott Rudin. I get a call from Scott Rudin. He's like, I need to turn your life into a television show. It's like it's too it's unbelievable. Like it's like I've never heard that. Like you're in the Congo, you're in jail, you're this. Like we got to turn this into a show. So I'm 38. I don't know, something like that. I'm like, fuck, I made it. I'm gonna be famous. I'm gonna be on TV. And I was like, man, I got a fucking podcast that's gonna be huge. I'm gonna be on TV. I'm doing the fucking news for Vice. We just got an Emmy. I'm a painter. I got every fucking thing I do turns to gold. I'm the best. Like I'm multitasking. I could do it all. And at the time is when I got introduced to Bourdain, and Scott had this deal with HBO. He's like, what kind of show you want? I'm like, I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. I like Eastbound and Down. I like stupid, irreverent comedy. I'm like, make me look like shit. Make me the heel, just fucking clown on me. Make every episode just whatever story I tell you, do the worst fucking version of it. And they're like, okay, I get the Hollywood lawyers and the fucking thing. And I'm like, Mom, I'm going to be on TV. And I'm having lunch at Chateau Marmont. I just met Bourdain. And Chateau Marmont's like the hipster Hollywood thing where even celebrities get left alone. Not Bourdain. In one lunch, and you must get this all the time now. Sorry, I see you guys are having lunch. I just got to tell you what you mean to me. And he's gracious every time. Thank you. Can I get a picture? Can you sign my book? Oh, can I get another picture for, Lunch is interrupted 20, 30, 40, I don't know. Every 5 minutes, someone's coming to the table. Oh, I know. And I go, is this, how do you get milk? How do you, he's like, everything just takes longer, Dave. Just takes longer now. And I'm like, wait, let me do a quick scan of my life right now. I get lots of women. I can eat at any restaurant, and I have no wants or desires. Everything's handled, and I have just the amount of little bit of fame for my art where like no one's bothering me when I walk down the street. Once in a while, I'm at a supermarket and someone's like, TVDSA, and that's it. Mm-hmm. I have it. Why am I gonna? So I walked away from that deal, and at the same time, I've been flirting with it. Bourdain, he wasn't going to do it forever. And he started grooming me, Roy Choi, David Chang to kind of take over for him. He's like, it wasn't like a huge step for me because I've already been doing that. And I think that's how we connected. He's like, I have Thumbs Up, which is a travel show where I fuck with people and I go meet people all over the planet. You have yours, millions of people watch your show, 10 people watch your show, but you can do it with like an art twist, And I sat there and I was like, fuck, bro, I don't know if I want your life. I don't know if I want this, I had that moment of clarity in all the chaos of I need another thing in my life to show people that the gambling wasn't a fluke, the art wasn't a fluke, that I'm not just lucky, that I'm talented, that I am enough. The anger is like, oh, I'm going to be on fucking TV now and I'm going to fucking kill it. And I was like, my life's pretty dope right now. I don't know. And dope like on the surface, like underneath, I'm just a cauldron of suffering. But I said, I think I'm not gonna take this one. And Scott, if you're out there, I'm sorry. Like we walked away from that project, and then
that's interesting. Just because you saw the repercussions of the fame part.
Well, isn't it Bill Murray quote? I want to be rich and famous, and he goes, "Why don't you just try rich first and see if you want to add the famous to it or something like that?" It's like you deal with that now, right?
Yeah. Some people see what other people have and they wish it was them. Like
right.
I remember being a comic in the beginning, the early days, when I was, just coming up and opening for people. I remember seeing people that would be excited to see a comedian. I'd be like, wow, that's fucking crazy. Like this person I know, people want to meet him.
Right.
They want to see him. Like, man, what do I have to do? Like, there's a part of you at 21 years old.
Right.
Where you're like, what the fuck do I have to do to be like that guy?
So what is your life like now with, like, the last time I saw you, I mean, you've been famous since I've known you, but it's exploded since then. Can you go to the restaurant? Can you go
to restaurants? Most people are nice. Most people are friendly.
So how do you deal with the
great
Joe Rogan experience changed my life? Like,
say what's up, nice to meet you.
And you just keep walking?
Keep moving. Nice to meet you. I gotta get out of here. Fuck. But most people are cool. They just want to say hi. Hi's fine, man. Nothing wrong. I love it. I'm happy. I love that people enjoy it. But it's a mind fuck, and you got to be careful.
It is a mind fuck.
Any mind fuck it's like just meeting people that know you and you don't know them. That's not a normal state for human beings. It's weird.
No, it's not. So
someone said it best once, and I took this on early on, that like you meet, like you have to have a reset. Like the real problem, like sometimes people get upset and they meet too many people. But I'm like, we gotta have a reset. Like every person's a new person. Like this is the first time you ever.
Right.
They don't. It's not their fault that you met 3 people in a row on your way to the bathroom. This is still the first time they're meeting you. But you could get stuck in a spot too, though.
Right.
You could go to a bar where everybody's a little drunk, and then you're mobbed, and then people want to take pictures and hug you. And
do you think that's going to be more or less in Texas?
I don't know, man. I think if I thought like that, I would never do anything. You never take any chances. Never do anything different.
I'm jealous, man. I think I need to get the fuck out of LA, man. I was born and raised here. I'm an Angelino.
I think for everybody, we're all realizing because of this pandemic that there's pros and cons to cities. But when shit gets ugly, there's a lot of cons. There's a lot of cons to being overcrowded.
Right.
And there's a lot of, there's also a little bit of a problem with just the sheer amount of people. If the virus is spreading, right? Because there's so many of us.
We're in the hot spot. We're in the middle of it right now.
Yeah, and there's so many of us. You know, did you see the Herman Cain thing?
No.
Herman Cain, the guy who ran for president, he just died of coronavirus, and this is after he had went to one of them Trump rallies, one of his campaign rallies, with no mask on, and then I think he was admitted to the hospital 10 days after that. Right? Is that what it was? It's a rough way to go, man.
Dude, this shit's crazy,
it's
man.
It's you know what it's like, dude? It's like 10 different diseases. Like you talk to one person, it seems like no big deal. The other person tells you they're still not well. 4 months later, they got neurological diseases. One person's mom beat it in a day. The other person almost died.
Do you remember in the 80s when AIDS,
yes,
like people didn't understand it yet?
Dude, speaking of AIDS, I have to pee so bad. I drank so much water before this. So let's pause. This is not speaking of AIDS.
Okay.
You were making an AIDS joke. I was. I just have to pee. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. I just drank too much water. My apologies.
No worries.
Welcome to Real Talk with David Choe.
I didn't. We'll get back to AIDS, but I didn't dye my hair because I'm trying to empathize with gingers or whatever. It's because I'm going bald.
Oh.
And it sucks. I'm 44. I'm a middle-aged man now. I like to think that I'm like a young, free spirit, but I'm starting to thin up here. And I go, what are my options right now?
Shave your head.
Shave your head.
Yeah.
Comb over, man bun, hat, hair plugs, hair transplant, propecia.
Get a wig sewed right into your fucking skull.
Dude, I've never thought about it because
just shave your head. I swear to God, I wish when I first started going bald, I would have just shaved my head from the beginning.
But my answer to it was, try to dye your hair the same color as your skin so people don't see your bald spot. and then I have like a dark week where I'm just like,
that's funny, dude.
I'm fat. I couldn't keep up with the tribes, the Hadza tribe.
That's still
getting old. And well, it's when you go, I haven't seen you in a while. You look fucking great, man.
Thank you.
Like you've always been in shape,
funny,
but
dude. What the hell?
I've tried trainers before.
Oh,
like I think I
still
told
lurking,
you last
know
time.
it, buddy.
Thank you for talking me out of becoming a UFC fighter. My special, you know the Korean zombie?
Yes.
And I go, why
awesome.
Why do they call him that? And it's like because he can take a punch and like.
Oh yeah, he just keeps coming.
That's my special skill.
Oh,
every
fuck,
fucking
dude.
fight I've been in my life, and I've lost most of them. I think I told you that. I never tap out. Like you have to break my arm. You have to. I've had my face disfigured. So I don't know. That was stupid. I'm not gonna go into UFC fighting, but when I think of myself as a person, I remember myself being relatively athletic, in shape, and when I go, oh, my hair's going, I'm being fat, I can't run as fast as I can, I go, I need a trainer. I need help. But what kind of trainer do I need? The one like you where they're like, hey, every morning here, it's sort of like sergeant drill style, or more, hey, Dave, like, so I went with both. I went with the hard ass that shows up at my house. Dave, out of bed, I don't give a fuck.
Wow.
Runs me till I puke.
How was that one?
Lasted a week. Out. Done.
How many days a week were you trying to have him on?
3. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
And after Friday, you're like, get the fuck out of here.
I just was like, this isn't my style. Like, let me try this,
soft spoken.
So I got this lady, Claire, shout out to Claire, and she would, I told her, I know myself. I don't like to be uncomfortable. Like, I run from discomfort. Like,
right.
I want to get in shape, but if you push me too hard, I'm an artist. I'm a sensitive being. I'm not trying to get into like fighting shape. Just get me somewhat relatively healthy. And then I sort of dropped off with that too, and then the pandemic didn't help. So I'm sitting here, and in my brain, I'm like, I have a fucking fire in me. I know I can fucking, if I thought when we were starting the hunt with the tribe, I was like, I'm gonna keep up with them, and I did in the beginning. It's right in the front with the head guy. We're running, Nona, that's his name, and then I dropped off. And
of course you dropped off.
But
if
I'm
you
like,
don't run every day, you're gonna drop off. That's just part of being a human. I mean, it doesn't matter. All this fire in your heart shit. Listen, everybody feels that. Like, there's a reality to physical fitness and performance. And the big reality is you got to put in work and recover.
Can I tell you how I feel?
It takes forever.
Can I tell you how I feel when I listen to the Joe Rogan Experience? Because I leave you on all the time when I'm painting. I was listening to when I painted the thing of you. I do feel extreme gratitude because I'm like, even though I've listened to Joe for hundreds of hours now and there's tons of stuff I do disagree with him, thank God he exists. He doesn't have much of an ego. You've always uplifted me, promoted me, all your friends. You have a great sense of humor. And where the fuck was I going with this?
I don't know, but you're making me uncomfortable.
Oh, I love it. Fuck, where was I going with this? This is what I'm talking about with the memory and shit.
We're talking about the tribes, and then we're talking about how soft we are, and we were talking about how they have awesome poop, and people are trying to steal that poop.
I don't know. Maybe I'll remember it. But
Isn't that funny that you would think that someone's poop, like, I know how to become like him.
Oh, this is. Oh, we were talking about feelings.
Oh, feelings.
So, and you know I love you.
This conversation's a fucking trip,
really
dude. Like, it's a trip to go through it.
And you have such fucking powerful people on here that are smart, that are inspiring, that I start to feel self-conscious. And you have like David Goggins on it. It's like, dude, this fat guy that just turned his life around. And then I start to really feel less of a man, self-conscious, like a failure. I'm like, fuck, man, if I just pulled myself up by my bootstraps and I just got who's speaking right now? Fuck you, you fucking pussy. Whoa. The fuck up. Oh shit. Okay. And you know,
which Dave was that?
That's the Dave that tells me I'm a pussy.
That's Drill Sergeant Dave?
Yeah, the Drill Sergeant Dave is, I got diagnosed with severe antisocial personality disorder traits. And I said, what does that mean? Why don't I have the actual disorder? And they're like, because we've never met anyone that's so fucking hard on themselves. Like, what's the first thought when you meet anybody? Like, friend, foe, anyone. It's fuck you. That you think that all day. Fuck this guy. Fuck you. Who the fuck?
No,
but
you don't. Do you?
The strange thing about you is you actually have friends and people like you, and you have a lot of people that love you, and you love a lot of people. So we can't diagnose you with the actual disorder, but you fucking have a lot of.
So you would see people and just say "fuck you" immediately? That would be your first thought?
I have such insane abandonment issues. My parents sent me away since I was a kid, so I have a really weird thing with authority or even anyone saying, "Hey, David, are you open to a suggestion?"
I'm dead. I'm fucking dead.
And the second they open their mouth, I'm like, "Fuck you. You don't fucking know me. You don't fucking know me. You don't." And it's like, so.
That's so funny.
So I listened to your show and I'm like, "Damn, dude, Joe fucking did this. He's got all these inspirational people that turn their life around. Like, why the fuck do I still have a gut? Why can't I? And why am I still depressed? Why am I still addicted to this? Why can't I get off the fucking internet? Why, like,
nothing wrong with the gut, my dude.
Talking to you a little bit about the video game stuff, right?
Yeah.
When I was in my mid-20s, people couldn't wait for Warcraft 3 to come out. It was like the new shit coming out.
I remember.
Right, they're like, it's gonna come out, and they delayed it. And it finally came out, and I didn't have any money then, and I got Warcraft 2. And Warcraft 2, the interface for the kids out there listening, it's like God interface, like you're little peasants and paladins, and you're moving them around. Where Warcraft 3 is more 3D. What the fuck am I explaining video games? And I got on there, and because the entire world was waiting for Warcraft 3, no one was playing Warcraft 2. So I was the god of Warcraft 2. You know when you go on online games, you get a game really quick?
Uh-huh.
This was this is like 20 years ago. So wait, I'm 24. Yeah, it's like 20 years ago. So I'd get on the game and I'd be waiting. I'd start a map and I'm like, who wants to play? And I'd wait and I have to wait for people to join. My career was just getting started. I was in a wonderful relationship with this woman that I dated for 7 years. My life was like on the up and up. And this thing completely took over my life. Have you ever seen this documentary called Web Junkies about the internet problem in China?
I haven't seen that, but I'm aware of the problem.
It's a documentary from 2014, and it starts with a kid just crying. And they're like, why are you crying? And so China had declared PC rooms, internet, video game addiction a national emergency. So they said it's okay. We set up these centers, and you could either poison or drug your kid and just drop them off there, like, or you could lie to them and tell them they're going to like a camping trip and then just drop them off there, and then they stay there for 90 days and it's like a prison. And the start of the movie, yeah, look at the kid crying. You see that?
Wow. So
they can't stop playing video games. They can't stop watching porn. They can't function. So this thing in the movie, at some point, I'll spoil it, they escape like from
Is this a documentary?
Yeah, it's a documentary. They escape from the madhouse at one point, like the kids, you know, they form a plan. And where do they go? They go to the PC room down the street.
They just can't help
they can't stop. So
wow. It almost looks like an independent film. That's why I asked if it's a documentary.
No, it's a documentary.
The way they've shot it is very interesting.
Because for me, you know me, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do any of that. Yeah. But I've been to over 1,000 AA meetings, and I don't drink. I mean, why do you do that? And I'm like, because I can't stop porn, I can't stop video games, I can't stop gambling. And I know that they have meetings for that too, but they're harder to find. They're more shameful, there's less people. And if I go to an AA room and I'm talking and there's a guy speaking about how he got clean from alcohol, I just listen to him, and every time he says alcohol, I replace it with porn, video game, and I'm like, and not just that, I'll do that in a last case ditch scenario, but I'll go to all the meetings. I go to all the fucking meetings, and so I'm sitting on Warcraft 2. And I'm something's missing from my life, and my rage and my anger and all my addictions and my mental illnesses are coming out in this Warcraft game. And I find this map that's perfect. It's a small map, and it's called paintball, and it's just everyone dies. Everyone has one hit point. So one hit and you're dead. So it's more like a chess speedball game. So the games don't last more than 15 minutes. You have one peasant, one paladin, and one wizard. And I killed at that game. I killed and within 5 minutes, you know, like the way it goes, you bring down a blizzard storm and you build a cannon tower or whatever, and you know if you're gonna win. And this is before
within 5 minutes?
Because it's a fast game. Everything moves fast, and you don't have to wait for the wood to chop. It's really fast. And
I've never fucked with those games.
I didn't have this was before the earpieces. So within 5 minutes, the game is sort of on auto, so you know it's like who can do the things the fastest. Then I start talking shit. I'm gonna skull fuck your parents, you dumb motherfucker. This is a kid, like in.
Oh my god.
And I'm like all, you know, the way people talk, like all their demons come out.
Right.
And I'm playing kids, and they're like, why? What is a skull fuck? And I'm like, I am a horrible person. And then one day, I was the king of this map. Like in this one area in my life where my art career is kind of going good, but not really, and I don't know how to be in a relationship, and I'm just sort of lost in my mid-20s. I don't know who the fuck I am. In this game, I am God. I'm God. Like, and I'll go out and I'll be checked out. I'll be out with my friend.
How many hours a day are you playing this game?
I'm not gonna lie, it would be like all day. I'd be like, oh, I gotta go work. And so it was the first time in my life.
10 hours a day? 8 hours a day?
No.
12?
Like 18 hours, 20 hours a day.
Ooh.
So I would play this game, and I would lie. I started lying to my friends about what I was doing, and when I was out, I'd be checked out. They'd be talking about, hey, what this new thing, we're gonna go here, and I'd be like, I storm. You know? It's like, dude, you're laughing, and I could laugh with you today because it's fucking 20 years ago.
Oh my
but at
God.
the time, I don't want to admit to you that I played the fucking game 20 hours a day. I'd be like, yeah, I played 8 hours.
Well, listen, you know I had a video game addiction.
I know.
A hardcore one.
Right.
So I get it.
But see, we're older guys. I meet kids today. I was talking to a kid the other day. He's 20 years old, and he said, I can't get hard, and I'm a virgin. And I said, wait, hold on, back up.
What?
Guys like you and me, like older dudes, all have the same story of how we saw our first pornography. It's always print. right? It's always it's Playboy, Hustler.
Exactly.
It's always print. It's a naked photo on a piece of paper.
Dude, I had a whole bit about how we would find it in the forest. Like,
yeah, it's in the forest. It's in your parents'
garage, stepfather's garage.
That's our generation.
That's what we found. And then the first time you saw porn, how old were you? Like physical porn.
Like with the moving?
The moving.
I was in junior high, so 13, 14.
I think I was probably around there too. Maybe I was 14.
And pixelated, right? It's on the Showtime with the.
No, I saw VHS
scrambled
tape. I saw a VHS tape. That was the first time I ever saw it.
My head
like,
fucking exploded.
Holy shit. Couldn't believe you could see. It's crazy because you had never seen anybody fuck before then. Like, you kind of knew what vaginas looked like because of Playboy and breasts looked like. But there's something about watching people actually have sex. You like your whole body take it. When you're a 14-year-old kid and you see that, it's like a drug.
Right.
Like a drug that
it's
jolts.
not. It's not like a drug. It is a drug.
It is a drug.
I mean, for the kids out there
you
that
just don't take it in a pill or a smoke form, but it's a drug.
We live in a society today where we have a strip club, a drug dealer, a casino. It's all right here.
Yeah.
You don't have to leave. You remember the VHS tapes that were in the?
Oh yeah.
So I live in a house, a small house, 3 brothers, me, my older brother, my younger brother, and my head exploded because I saw scrambled porn at my friend Alejandro's place. I was like, I think I could see a tit.
People don't even know what you're saying when you say scrambled porn.
It's like my new paintings. There's like glitched, like you see a tit or whatever, but
it used to be. Let's just explain. There were certain channels you couldn't get to. And your parents would have to subscribe to Showtime.
Right.
But you'd take like HBO over an HBO Showtime package.
Right.
You would decide, well, let's just get HBO. Or
right.
we can only afford Cinemax. But there were some of those channels, like they'd call Cinemax Skinemax.
Right.
Because there's some of those
right,
channels.
Right, because there was so much.
They were like...
fake movies with an excuse to show like softcore action.
But you didn't see penetration.
No.
Like the first time I saw penetration was when... I think I was 14. I don't remember who got the video, but one of my friends got a porn, an actual porn. We were watching it like in stunned disbelief. Like, what in the fuck?
Right. And so that what in the fuck, I see the scrambled porn, and I can't function as a normal human now. I'm 13, 14 years old.
Scrambled porn.
I live in a 2-bedroom house with 3 boys that are all hitting puberty, and I go, I need more. I need more.
Whoa.
So I go, I wear my dad's trench coat. I walk into a adult bookstore on La Brea and like Highland, and
trench coat on?
Santa Monica. It's where Trejo's Tacos is right now, because I wanted to look like an adult. You know, I'm like a fucking like zitty Asian kid. And I walk in, and you remember they used to be like $40, and like in a carton they were like expensive. Like the packaging was really big.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in there, and I saw a package. It was like, and I remember it perfectly. Up-and-comers, Raylene's first, and I'm touching the box, and it's taped up, and there's a metal detector, and there's cameras, and I go, I lost my mind. I lost my mind. I was like, I have to have it. I don't have $40. I'm a fucking 13-year-old kid. I use my fingernail to take the tape off. I take the tape out, and the guy sees that I'm, hey, what's going on there? Fucking jam it on the coat, book it. I run home.
You got away with it?
Yeah, I ran all the way. That's when I should have been with the tribe. That's when
when you're 13 and horny.
13 and horny, and I get home. We have VHS and a beta machine because my dad chose wrong, and then we had to eventually get the VHS. And my grandmother is watching WWF wrestling. So you got to understand the dynamics of a tiny home. So my grandma, my 2 brothers, and my parents, and someone is always home. Someone is always home. So this thing's burning a hole in my pocket. I gotta watch it, but when can I watch it? So I finally put a plan together. I go, I'm gonna watch this, and I don't even know how to masturbate. I don't even know what that is. I have no sex education. I go, at dinner time on Wednesday, I'm gonna eat my dinner really quick, run to the fucking living room, and so it happened. So we're eating dinner, and hey, slow down. Why are you eating dinner so fast? Fucking scoop up the rice, get some kimchi. Okay. Hey, can I be excused? Like, no, we're having family dinner right now. What's tell me? No, I'm good. I run to the fucking living room, and it's not that far. I don't live in a huge house, so you can still hear the silverware clinking, like they're eating. I pull out there's like a Disney movie in there. I pull out the VHS. I put in my thing. There's the FBI warning. I'm fast forwarding. I'm like looking. I'm fast forwarding. And you hit play and fast forward, and then I see tits, and it's and she's wearing jeans, and then oh my god.
You hear Joe? He's like flipping out, dude.
No, Jamie. No. Don't do this to me.
Video too, if you like.
No. Time out.
This is outrageous, young Jim.
I don't watch porn anymore.
Outrageous.
So you're making me relapse right now. Let me see that one more time. So I fast forward to this, and you gotta understand, I had seen print, Playboy. I'd never seen that.
Right.
The moving and how fucking veiny their dicks are, and like, like I'm like, fuck, man. So everything's dopamine, serotonin. I'm like, look, my dad could walk in at any second, and I'm pressing my dick against the wall, and then I was like, okay, and I'm studying it. I'm like, save this for later. This goes in the spank bank. Save all. Okay, this is enough. 1 more second, 2 more seconds. Okay, delete tape. Put the Disney tape back in. Run back. Hey, why are you breathing hard? Why? Oh, nothing. And then I get to my room, and I share a bunk bed with my brother.
Oh no!
And I'm like,
Are you on top or the bottom?
I'm on the bottom.
Oh no!
I'm on the bottom.
That little fuck could just look down and see you at any moment.
So I am full of. There's cum coming out of my eyes. I'm full. I'm like, I gotta fucking jerk off. Like, I don't even know what.
Oh my god, bro.
And I always knew when my brother fell asleep because his breathing slows down. So I'm like sitting there. I'm pressing my dick against the wall. I'm like, and he's like, he finally falls asleep.
This dude, bro.
I'm gonna like hold my whole arm because it's a squeaky. It's like a shitty bunk bed.
Oh no!
I'm gonna hold my whole arm against this and jerk off. Dave, you knew? Okay, whatever. And
I talking to yourself again?
I start doing a very gentle, quiet masturbation.
Talking to yourself
but
again,
it's still
man?
doing it.
A light tug with a little bit of squeak.
Because I don't want to wake up my brother. What I want to do is I want to fucking crank
I get
it. And then I hear, David? It's my brother. It's like, why are you shaking the bed so much? I'm like, oh, fuck, man. Like, and now I'm like, god damn, I got to find a place in my house. Anyways. I could go on and on about.
Your brother's a cock blocker.
He's a
right?
cock blocker. He fucking blocked me from myself. So I bring this up because this is what we had to do to bust a nut in the back in the day. It's not that hard today. It's everywhere. So I meet this 20-year-old kid, and he goes, "I'm a virgin." I've heard your story before because your story is every old guy's story. My story is my mom was watching me. She left the YouTube video, Baby Shark or some shit up. And she went to the bathroom and I clicked Pokimane, and then it was Pokimane cosplay triple anal gangbang, and that's the first thing I've ever seen at age 4.
Whoa. Oh my god!
Straight to anal, age 4.
How is that possible,
dude? If you have an unblocked phone, like, it's very easy.
How's a kid gonna get to Pokemon porn? Is it that quick? Like
Jamie?
That doesn't. Is that back in the day?
That could have happened, sure. Yeah.
Is this also like back in the day when YouTube used to have it set up? Like, did they have restrictions back in the day? Because when things first started going up, there was a lot of people sneaking things in.
Yeah.
That weren't supposed to be on there, and then they would catch them.
Still be for all I don't know.
But they didn't have porn. None of those have had like.
I don't think so, but I think people can probably get away. It could probably be up there for like 5 minutes before it gets taken down or something.
You know what's so crazy is that Twitter still has porn.
Right.
Like hardcore
right.
porn. Like if you let your kid look at your phone and they click on Twitter, they could see someone taking the ass.
I have a blocked phone. Yeah, that could happen. So this kid's like, that's my story, and that's most young people's story now. It isn't they found their dad's Playboy in the forest.
They accidentally stumbled upon something
or some kid that doesn't. It wasn't an accident.
Someone tells them.
Some
hey,
older brother goes,
yeah.
hey. So my first visual, programmed into my young mind, isn't a still image with a woman with a huge bush. It's fucking anal penetration. That's my first image, and as the addict craves novelty, as you get older, you need more and more. So by the time I'm 13, I need prolapsed anus stuff, I need transsexual, I need gay sex, So he says, this kid is 20 years old, he's never had sex, he's like a simp, incel, whatever they call him. He uses Viagra to get half hard. He can't even get fully hard. And his life is just scrolling. It's just porn, video games, porn, video games, porn. And we could sit here and we could laugh at it, and I have laughed at it, but that's a problem. That's a problem. So if I take it back to when I'm 24, when the technology was way less, I missed my first deadline. I was late to work. I lost that girlfriend, not just because of that, because of other issues too, but I didn't get up for one weekend from Friday to Sunday without pissing, drinking water, and at some point I had found this arch enemy on this Warcraft game. He'd win one, I'd win one more. He'd win one more, and the guy was like a British guy who had a wife and kids. He's like, bro, I got a life, dude. And I'm like, fuck you, pussy. We go. Hours. I'm seeing fucking wizardry in my mind. I'm seeing paladins. I'm seeing them. I feel like God. When I finally got up, I fucking collapsed. My legs were gone. And then I almost had to call 911 because they just wouldn't work for an hour. And I called my friend who's a doctor, and they're like, you're dehydrated. Go drink some water. Oh, my God. And if Jamie just Googles Korean video game overdose, it's always a Korean. It's always an Asian. They play video games to death. There's a Korean family.
Why do you think that is?
The culture there. It's like intense. It's like, if we think we suffer, like, the addiction that most people, if you play whack-a-mole, you're like, hey, I used to be addicted to sex, gambling, and I jump, and I'm addicted to this. The one where you can hide in plain sight, where everyone pats you on the back, is workaholism, right? I could work all day and night, and in this culture, you get pat on the back.
That's the truth.
Asian culture is the same, except if you fail, you either kill yourself, and you're an absolute disgrace. And it's like, in Japan, the suicide rate was really high. Now it's in Korea, but it's all, your identity is tight. Like, who are you? Oh, I'm a podcaster. I'm this. You are only what your job is, and if you're not good at it, then what's your drug? Oh, I'm gonna fucking just zone out in this video game PC room. My life's not going well. There's a man and a wife in Korea. I saw this in some documentary that they would keep going to the internet room to play this video game, like where you virtually raise, like The Sims or something like that. That they forgot to feed their own kid, and their kid died, and they went to jail for it.
Oh,
and then when they
my
went
God!
out, it's like, this is a fucking problem. This is like a real problem, and we live in a culture where there's things that are accepted addictions, right? If you fucking do opioids and heroin, and like, I've been to those rooms, man. I see how they treat people. If you're like a heroin addict, there's a hierarchy. You're a real drug addict. But if you smoke weed, come on, man, you're not gonna OD from that. But if you look at the amount of people that kill themselves now, like, it's almost normalized, and how many of my friends have done that, how many of people that you know that, and especially during this pandemic, the suicide rate's gone up like crazy. That's a fucking real problem, man. Like, and people, when I think of Bourdain and I think of myself, and even starting to show off, giving you compliments, we live in a culture that doesn't know how to, when people go, don't shoot the messenger, people say that because the messenger gets shot. We don't know how to ask for help. We don't know how to receive help. We don't know even how to give help. Like, if I try to help one of my friends who's like addicted to video games and jerking off, get the fuck out of here, Dave. You don't fucking, I'm like, bro, just trying to help, right?
It's very hard to help people. They have to want help.
Right.
If people don't want help, you're not going to help them. You're going to bully them around. You're going to yell at them. They're going to eventually do what they want to do anyway. But when someone comes to you and says, hey, I need help, that's when things get serious. Because other than that, you're forcing, like, I have friends that I would like if they did things differently in terms of their health, but I can't say anything to them. Like, you just have to accept it. This is what it is, people come up with their own excuses, their own reasons. You brought this up earlier, and I wanted to ask you now, like, you were talking about, like, physical stuff, like you get angry and you get anxiety because, like, you let yourself get overweight. Like, how much does that fuck with you? And how much would you give to not have that anymore? Like, isn't that, if there's one major thing that keeps fucking with you over and over again that you could fix. That's a fix one. You could fix that one.
So I have a disease of more, like I was saying. I have a chasm, a black hole, that it doesn't matter how many women I have sex with, how many porn I've jerked off to, how much money I've gambled and lost and won small fortunes, huge fortunes. I have had an eating disorder, which is like, I thought that was a girl thing. That's what I thought. Like when I went to rehab for gambling addiction, this is the first rehab I went to. I've been to every fucking rehab, mental health, wellness center in America now. I said, hey, do you guys deal with process addiction? And they're like, yeah, sure, come over. And when I went there was only meth heads there. They didn't even know. They just wanted my money. Yeah, just come over here. And I learned there, like, serious gambling addiction, like 1 out of 4 kills themselves. And yeah, it's the reason why there's no balconies in Las Vegas. The only place that has balconies is the Cosmo, I think, and they had like 2 suicides the first month they opened, I think, because So I'm like, I have things that when I talk about it, it's funny. Can't stop jerking off. I can't stop working. Just fucking got a Emmy working for Vice, and I got my podcast, and I got this, and I got this next project, and my next art show is gonna make $1 million. And
you're addicted to that.
There's no end to it.
Right.
There's nothing. And when I watch the Jordan documentary, and I meet famous people that have succeeded at the highest levels, I go, how long were you happy for? Maybe a day, maybe 24 hours, and then what happens the next day? Back to the grind. It's not enough. Got the gold medal, back to the grind, back to the grind. And I go, it's never gonna be enough. I'll never have enough women, money, success. It's this, and I go.
Name of the graphics tablet. Sure, it's a Wacom, WACOM. It comes with this neat little pin right here. It's only like $60 on Amazon right now. A Wacom, I think the cheapest one, you'll find it just by searching Wacom TOS. So it's like INTOUS, but it is the coolest thing ever. Definitely, Craig. Yeah, if you want to grab one, look it up on Amazon. I'm gonna try to put the Amazon affiliate links for these cool things that I find. I just haven't had time to. I've been busy. I know I'm busy, but I'm in a video game late watching a podcast. I know, but anytime, buddy. No, I'm telling you. See, you sit and you use it to draw, right? And it's got these 2 buttons right here. This button is a right click, and this is almost like a left click. But yeah, I mean, you can even like it even measures how hard you push down and stuff. And I mean, it's just like drawing. And if you use it with Photoshop or a painting program, it's really tight. Really
I have so
tight.
many friends who've killed themselves. I have so many, like Bourdain asked me for help. He asked me for help, like, and I'm like, yes.
What did he say?
He said, I'm fucking miserable. I'm miserable. How do you deal with this? And I was like, I've been waiting for this fucking phone call. Thank you.
How recent or how close to when he died was this?
It was within the year. It wasn't like right, but.
So he said it was miserable, and in what way did you describe it?
He said, you're successful, I'm successful. Do you find yourself suffering? And I go, absolutely, please. And then I called him, and this is what I mean when I say asking for help and receiving for help. That was a fucking hard. You know people that know Bourdain. I know his friends. I know his manager. You won't find a fucking person that will say a bad thing about him. That guy is he's so awesome. He's always looking out for you. He'll show up for you. Whatever you need, he'll take care of you.
He's an amazing guy. Very, very interesting guy.
But
very intense.
And so you can't find anyone. But I'm like, you're a fucking asshole, dude. You're an asshole. You murdered yourself. You murdered yourself. You killed someone. That person happened to be you, but you couldn't even show up for yourself. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm getting
it's okay,
real.
Man. Listen, I get it. You love the guy. I loved him too. It's
wow.
I've known many people that have killed themselves now. It's a very sad thing. That you can never fix. That sadness is always going to be a part of you. You're always going to think, Maybe I could have gotten to him. Maybe I could have talked to him. Maybe if I was there.
But that was it. He did it. He reached out. He's like, I relate to you, Dave. I connect with you. And I was like, yes.
So what did he wind up doing?
I talked to him. I said, hey man, here's all the things I've done. I'm in a really good place now. I can help you. I can refer you to places. I got you. And it was almost like, thank you for caring for me. Thank you. Like he was severe codependent. Like he was a people pleaser, right? He's like, he never said no. He's like, I'm gonna fucking help everybody except for myself.
It's okay, man. I get it.
So I'm gonna help everyone except for myself. And I think I make this up in my head. It's like, and I've done this too before. It's like I kind of half-ass ask people for help. Oh, Dave, I got resources, and then
This
go,
dude's like
that's enough.
the hardcore
just to know
JRE
that you
guest of
cared and that I
century,
know that
dude.
there's places I can go to.
Hardcore
That's
of
enough. I don't
century.
have to actually.
Yeah,
full
it was a
stop
good
my life
starter
and
art
change
tablet.
until-
It really was, yeah. There's a lot better ones out there, but if
Fuck.
you want to get
So
started, that's
what
the
I
way
mean
to
when
go.
I say we don't, as a culture, people don't teach us this shit. People don't teach us how to fucking ask for help and then receive help. And I fucking gave you 5 compliments at the start of the show. I couldn't take a compliment. I couldn't say one nice thing about myself 5 years ago. And if someone tried to say something, hey Dave, you're good, I'd shut them down. Okay. It's like, and I turn everything into a joke, right? Everything, I can't sit here in this discomfort. I don't want to be uncomfortable. So I find this place. I go, I'm fucking ready now. I'm ready. Whatever my best thinking got me here, like whatever, talking to people, sitting around, like, something's fucked up with me. All the shit that happened in my life, I'm like throwing myself in a fucking jungle with like I'm going to jail repeatedly.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Why are you choosing to look at it in a negative way? In the way you're describing it right there, but something must be fucked up with me. I go to the jungle, I'm doing all this crazy shit. That's one of the things that makes you interesting, is this extreme, real curiosity. You have a real curiosity and a willingness to do wild shit, like go to the Congo and look for a fucking dinosaur and sleep in a tent where all
telling
this
you this
shit's crawling around
I'm
out
telling
there.
you this story now because I'm alive. I could have easily died there.
Yes.
Multiple times.
Yes.
And then going back.
Yes.
Going back 10 years later. And
Yeah,
I think a film crew's going to make that easier.
I get it. But
The fucking chief's sister had a machete in her mouth and was like, let's kill these fuckers. And I'm like, why am I back here?
Why did they want to kill you?
Because they thought we were, they wanted money. And we had used we gave them all our money for filming rights. And the sister was like, they have more. Like he was like the evil warlord of, it wasn't the
boy.
pygmies. See?
No, but still.
Look, it's not.
You're looking at it. What makes you interesting? You're looking at it as a negative. One of the things that makes you interesting is that you're a wild person who takes chances. That's why I told you should do a podcast.
Look,
And
Joe,
but Dave, it's not a bad thing. All these things you're saying are not bad things.
Can it be both?
I don't know, man. I mean, I think
Can I teach you what I learned?
yes.
The way I'm talking to you right now is how I talked coming into like these loony bins that I've been to. They're like, wow, the way you talk is very black and white. Fuck this. This is bad. This is the fucking bomb. This is the shit. This is lit. This is fire. This is fuck. I don't even know why I said that. I don't talk like that. It's like I was in the parking lot in Koreatown and I'm like, I'm looking at the next generation of Koreans. They got shit in their face. They got piercings. I watched these 2 Korean kids talk to each other for 20 minutes and they only said, bruh, lit, and fire. And I'm like, what the fuck did you guys just say? Anyways, because of my religious background where it's heaven or hell, God's way or Satan, you kind of look at everything like that.
Right.
Joe Rogan is the best. That podcast is the worst.
Right.
So you ask me right now, why do I look at it in this bad way? And I go, can it be both? Because you don't have a gray. There's no 50 shades of gray. It's just black and white. It's only the best and the worst.
That's
if you You feel
What?
something if you fucking
bro?
come off a big win. Yes, I just won a shit ton of money in Vegas. I did this, I did that. Or if you get canceled. But in here, in the middle, you feel nothing. So you got to go for the highs. And usually you feel more when you lose. So you chase the lose. Like, you don't fucking get it. What, Dave, you're going to fucking... I like losing. You don't fucking get it. I like feeling shit. You almost died in the Congo. Why are you going back? Because maybe they didn't get, So
I get the thrill out of escaping the jaws of death.
There's something severely broken in me that I get a fix, I get a hit, and the thing is, you've heard heroin addicts that say, I get this high now just to feel even. I don't even get high. That's where I was at. I'm fucking playing Angry Birds till my fucking finger is split open. I'm fucking gambling.
But you're not saying current tense.
No. I'm telling old stories, right?
I understand, but you're saying it now.
Right? No. This is I'm soft serve now. I'm fucking smelling flowers at Petite.
You channeled Dave of old.
Yeah. Well,
that's another Dave that's inside of you. Dave of old.
Hey, you driving the bus right now? You want to sit in the back, or you want to come back? Okay.
Dave of old.
You know what, Jamie? You into dead air? Can I just do 10 seconds to get back to?
Sure. This is the weirdest podcast we've ever done.
Thank you so much. I need because I'm hyped up. You saw that? You saw old Dave come up, and I want to amp it up. I want to keep going high.
This is awesome, man.
So I can't, like, you meet people, and you're like, you're wired this way, and you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And that's just Joe Rogan that you see today in his 30s and his 40s and 50s. It's gonna still be that, but a little different version of that when he's 50, 60, and I meet these guys. Most of these places are very expensive, and the people that end up there, it's like everyone has cut them out, so they have to be there, or they lost their job. So I'm usually the youngest guy there. I'm independently wealthy, so I can pay for it. And I'm looking at these guys that have everything. They have all the money, all the fame, everything, and they're successful only in their career. Everything else, they're a failure at. Their kids hate them, their wives hate them, and I go, I gotta rewire myself. Like, I can't live like this, because you go, why is this good or bad? And I'm like, because I don't care if I live. I'm ready to die. I want to die. Like,
But wait a minute. But you enjoy life.
Today I do. I do.
Sometimes
in the time that you met me, I really probably didn't enjoy life so much. It's more, everything feels like a chore. Everything feels like I'm underwater.
Like now?
No, not now. Now
everything's good.
Now I do, like, so part of that is the thing, leaning into discomfort.
But what got you over the hump? Like, there's a lot of people that have experienced what you're describing. So what got you to the point where now it's all flowers and happy?
Friends.
That is one of the most underappreciated recipes.
You have people that will die for you. I have people that will die for me. That is a fucking rare commodity in this world. And when I say friends, I mean they left me. I thought I was a genius. I was like, whatever the shit you see with Kanye, that's what I thought. I'm like, I'm a genius. I'm doing and there was the people that were like, you are a genius, Dave. You are great. And I go, you don't get it, dude. I want to fucking die right now. I want a cop to come out and shoot me because I'm fucking his wife right now. That's what I want. That's a fucking crazy story for the podcast, Dave. I'm not living. No one's home. Hello? No one's home. So my friends say, we're done with you. Wait, you're my homies, down for life, right? Ride or die. We're fucking done with you. Who the fuck are we to you? Who are we to you? I've had friends that I've known since I was 8 years old. I'm 44 now. My whole life, they go. And so in a moment of clarity, like the same way I didn't fucking kill the German guy, I go, wait, every person in my life that I chose to have a friendship with is telling me I'm an asshole, that I'm not me anymore, that I'm not making sense, that I need help. And the thing is, I know I need help, but I'm like, why did I get sent away when I was a kid? There's 3 boys. Why did I get sent away? because you are the most well-behaved. You know, we didn't have enough money to raise 3 boys, so we sent you away because you didn't cry, you didn't cause problems. So I'm a kid now. I'm 4 years old when I get sent away. The wiring is...
How long did you get sent away for?
For 1 year to Korea. I don't know I don't speak the language. I don't know who these people are, and there was no explanation. There was no... I just woke up one day. I'm having the best time with my brothers, and they're like, bye. My mom's crying. I'm like, why are you crying, bitch? What the fuck's going on? Bye. I'm all of a sudden in this smelly country, and so I'm like, I'm trash. I'm trash. Yeah, I'm fucking worthless. You don't give a shit. You could just
nobody explained to you.
Nobody
what was
explained.
happening?
Nobody explained shit. So now I'm wired. When they do explain, oh, when you get sent away, because you're good. Good behavior is punished.
Oh,
why didn't my brother get sent away? He was crazy. He was like, he was a problem child. He was like Chucky. He was like, he got to
What
stay.
did they send you away to do? What did you do when you got to Korea?
It was just to live with my uncles and my aunts and just to have other family support me because my parents weren't doing too well financially. So then the whole concept of nice guys finish last, right?
Right.
So I'm this quiet Asian guy, and you could just say whatever he's a pushover.
You keep getting fucked over.
You get fucked over.
The guy with the eyes outside the...
Then I get out of jail. What do I get? Sold out show in New York City. Dave Choe says whatever the fuck he wants, does whatever. The worst I act. Look at what's happening to Trump right now, Kanye. You act as shitty as you can, and you get fucking Gap deals and presidencies, and you never fucking apologize. You never. Calm down, Dave. Calm down.
The Dave of old.
So my thinking is, acting right, acting like the model minority, acting like the good little Asian boy, got me nowhere.
Oh,
when I
fuck.
talk a fool, when I do whatever the fuck I want, when I fuck, when I fight, when I gamble, when I act crazy, I get television deals, I get on Howard Stern, I get on fucking Joe Rogan, I get fucking sold out art shows,
Okay,
women.
let me pause you.
Okay.
Do you think that you are the victim of the attention that you were getting? Do you think you leaned into it and it became who you decided you were because that was giving you the most love and people got a kick out of the fact that you genuinely didn't give a fuck? So you just leaned into that. So it changed you.
It's absolutely that, but it's more nuanced than that. There's a lot. It's everything.
Well, there's
I'm
no
already
way.
mentally
The
unstable.
4-year-old thing, man.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
I mean, when that. I mean, that's the gasoline that was poured all over you.
So things don't make sense to me.
They can't make sense to you, man.
And as an adult, I go, I have wealth. I have money.
Mm-hmm.
I know famous people who have wealth. Why? We know the story. Rich, famous, fucking blow your brains out, hang yourself.
Well,
we
listen,
know that
that
story.
doesn't have to. You're alive right now, and listen, it doesn't have to ever go down that way. But when the one thing that you've got to know is you can't fix any of the shit that happened to you. That's a real problem, because the shit that happened to you was titanic. For that to happen to you at 4 years of age, as you're growing up and developing, to hit a horrible situation like that at 4, through no fault of your own, all of it makes sense. It's what we were talking about, that everybody doesn't start from the same spot, you know, and it's what makes, unfortunately, it's what makes people so goddamn interesting sometimes too. Whether it's Joey Diaz or whether it's you or most of my friends that are really interesting had these fucked up lives that you would never want to wish upon your kids.
But see, when you say that, I hear that and I love and respect you. So I go, this is just how I feel. I go, Joe loves me because I'm weird and I'm interesting.
No.
And for me, I'm saying how I receive it. And I need to stay fucked up to be interesting. For me to get help, who can I look to? Who navigated their way out of this jungle? Who did it right? Who can I look up to go, man, that guy was wild, crazy. He did all this crazy shit. He got rich and famous and whatever. And then he sailed half. Like, where can I find that? And I go, no, I just accept. I'm not, yes, I've had suicidal ideation. Yes, I'm fucking mentally disturbed. Yes, I've had to go to jail and lock myself up many times. But at least I'm rich.
Listen, let me stop you again.
Okay.
Here's the thing to concentrate on. What is the goal? If the goal is to be happy.
Right.
The problem is a lot of people are doing things to be successful because they think becoming successful is what makes you happy. It doesn't always. Sometimes you feel empty and you feel angry that you spend all of your time working for something that you don't even appreciate when it's over. But you're on paper, you're successful. That's not really successful.
Can I tell you a story of how I got better? And
But let me hold you on one
yes.
second. This is what I want to get to.
Yes.
Some people are happy, right? Can we say that? Do you think there's a percentage of this population that's happy? Some people are happy.
Yes, of course,
Yes.
some people are happy.
Okay.
Yes.
There's no characteristics that exclude you from that group. You could also be happy. And I say this to anybody. Anybody who's been happy.
But how, Joe?
But this is what you got to do.
Yeah.
Concentrate on what it is, first of all, that makes you happy. And I guarantee you, for a big part of it, for a lot of people, is their physical health. Improve your physical health, you'll improve your enthusiasm, you'll improve your energy, and you'll improve your ability to do other things. You'll be happier.
Right.
And then do what you're doing. You've already gone onto this great path where you've changed basically who you are. You've become like this guy who's more introspective.
Can I tell you, just growing up in America, part of being a man, because someone asked me, where's your idea of a man come from? I go, from Clint Eastwood, watching guy movies growing up, you know, the way Korean men are so macho. And so that's in me.
Right.
And what is that? What is being a man? It's like, shut the fuck up and handle your business. Don't ask for help.
Yes.
Korean Asians, we don't like asking for help. We never ask for help. And so when I tell you that I've been to every fucking mental health institution, and like there's sick people all over the country and the world, I never saw one fucking Asian guy until I saw one. For fucking 5 years, I'm going to all these places, and I'm
They just don't ask for help.
They don't ask for help. You just suffer silently. There's people listening right now that are suffering because you know what they do? The story I've just told you right now, I wasn't able to say that for years because I made trauma a competition. Big fucking deal. You left, your parents sent you away, you weren't starving in Korea. I'm 4 years old, dude. I don't know where my fucking parents are. Yeah, but your grandpa, he has this big ginseng farm. You're having a nice life out there. Okay, you know what? There's someone else down the street getting fucking molested, getting beaten. I don't have... Everyone tries to do this like hierarchy of like, I got it this bad. Shut the fuck up. Who are you? And I go, but everyone's pain is maximum to them, right?
Everyone's maximum pain.
Right.
Yeah,
so when you're getting hurt,
experienced.
when someone's doing this, and to someone they're like, big deal, that doesn't hurt my feelings, and I go, but to me it does. I'm not thinking, well, you know, there's people getting killed in the streets right now, so I'll say that to myself. There's people getting killed in the streets right now, so just because one guy said, go back to where you come from, I'm gonna quiet up. I'm not gonna say anything.
Dude, come on, bro. Whoa. Oh, I unlocked some shit. This item will drop now? What the fuck is it? This character. Oh, I unlocked a character. Okay, good. I like unlocking characters here. I already had accurate. A bandit. The bandit fires blaster faster if you press it faster. Use smoke bomb to run away. Stun many enemies. Dynamite toss. Oh, God. Okay, I'm only playing it for like 2 seconds, but I'm logging out, y'all. Thanks for hanging with me. All right, I like that. All right, smoke, and then... Oh, yeah, dude, I could handle playing this, dude. This is my new unlock, dude. This is my new character right here. Definitely. Definitely, that's my new character. Guys! You guys are the hardcore ones. Thanks for sitting through that. I appreciate you. I appreciate... Oh, no. Oh, no. What is this? What is this? August 3rd?
Oh, you see the same thing all the time. You
Yesterday?
see it regularly in the comics section about the secondhand smoke's not a thing. They didn't even do the whole sentence. They took out the first half of that sentence. They completely just drop off the whole other half and the context that it was said in. If you want to talk about quote mining, you want to talk about like,
I'm not really convinced that secondhand smoke is a real thing. Like, it can affect young children and pregnant women or people who already have asthma, but from my experience and
I think it's a real thing. I smoked for 25 years.
What does that have to do with secondhand smoke?
I mean, but I think
Night guy.
secondhand smoke is pretty dangerous.
Thanks,
But
Taryn.
I don't doesn't mean
Appreciate you.
because it has carcinogenics in it.
Why? Well, no, okay, why is not the right. Never mind. This is a different problem.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god! Stop fucking lying!
Oh my god, these guys. Oh my god. No way, bro. Wow. Wow. The insomnia reliever right here. Not really, because we're all going to go to bed now. Oh my god, I knew it. It's 2 a.m. What did I tell you when I started this stream? I said no matter what I do, I'm going to be... It's almost a 4-hour stream. I didn't even mean for it to happen. How does this happen to us? How does it turn into a 4-hour stream? I was just going to listen to a little Joe Rogan for like half an hour and do one round of Risk of Rain, and I ended up playing it for hours. Thank you for hanging with me. Sorry that we haven't been streaming as much lately, but we gonna be coming back with the banger ass live streams really soon. Because this was a banger live stream. If you haven't seen that Joe Rogan, it's David Choe. It's the last Joe Rogan. So you can search Joe Rogan, David Choe, C-H-O-E, or just Joe Rogan. And it's the last one on his actual channel. Not on his clip channel has all the clips of it. But you know. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging. I'm going to be uploading tomorrow. Make sure you ring the bell on UNIRock 2 and RockAlot. Check the bell. Make sure you got notifications turned on so that way when I make a video, you're good to go, right? Because I don't ever tell people that in 5 years. I don't know. The bell's only been around like 3 years. I never even told anybody to ever ring the bell. But it's probably a good idea to tell people that because now subbing does nothing if you're not bell's not rung. It just doesn't do anything. So now I got to tell you to ring the fucking bell. Not just to sub. I got to tell you to subscribe and ring a effing bell. You know how annoying that is? I don't want to tell you guys that. I don't want to remind you to ring a bell. Good lordy, YouTube. Anyway, I get it, I guess. I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. You can ring my bell. That was a funny upload. Because they like doing that. They like acting like our criticism is completely invalid and we lie or something. We didn't lie. That is what was said, right? But that's how they do that. They say that in front of their audience. Yeah. It's so fucked, dude. It's so fucked. You know what I think? I think 90% of their audience, which I know is only like 50 people anyway, they don't even bother watching the people that criticize them. It's not like we're just criticizing for no damn reason at all. We're criticizing for a reason. A damn good reason to criticize. You know what? Let's see here. I want to get a new picture as my background. It's a good day for a new picture. Yeah, I'd read that out loud, Globus, but I don't want to get you in trouble, but that's true, my dude. Let's see here. No, that's a Tarkov folder. Yeah, there we go. No, that's not it either. Well, shit, where's all those awesome pictures I have for backgrounds? Here's some that I never use. I've got these that I never. Hold on, let's see what this looks like. Set as desktop background. Let's see what it looks like. That's actually really tight, but nah. It's just funny. They never play the beginning of that sentence because if they played the beginning of the sentence, then it wouldn't say what they say I'm saying. That's what I want you to think, audience. If I say that now, the audience will think that it was just, if it was because of that sentence, if I say that, and then my audience will never know. They'll never know. If I say that, my audience will never go watch the original clip and they'll just believe that I got cherry picked. Yes, I just have to lie. Little tiny white lie and my audience will never know. Okay, it's late. I'm getting silly. I gotta go now. Guys, thanks for hanging with me. I'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate you. See you tomorrow, guys.